tears that I cried when you walked out the door and walked out of my heart. Unbreak these tears. I cried so many nights. Ooh. God, I hate that song. What is that, Alicia Keys? Yeah, I'll take the Black Keys over Alicia Keys like any day of the week. Thank you very much. Unless we're talking about like a saxophone. In which case, I'm sorry, Black Keys, I like the music. But I just like, I ain't be that way. It's like, I'm afraid I might catch something. You know? Something like that. Granted, I hate to presume or assume what makes an ass out of you, mostly a little bit out of me. But I guess I got a cure for hepatitis C these days. That's what I keep seeing on those TV commercials. So, I don't know. Hey, what's that motion? It's supposed to look like a fitter. Oh, yeah. That's right. Unbreak my heart. Holy shit. You gotta make some videos. Why the hell was I making this again? I swear. As soon as my pill kicked in and like I was able to like concentrate on the computer and like cleaning up the room a little, you know, like I kind of lost track of all my problems that I was freaking out over. Dude. Let me see. I guess I'm still fat, still bald. Oh shit. Here, let me fix. I'm a little sweatier than I was. Okay. My life sucks. God damn. Yeah, I can come up with a show, a program pretty easily. My life sucks. I can bitch about that and how I would fix it if I had my brothers. That's easy. Like I was saying, first I'd start by banging Alicia Keys. And if she tried to sing any of her crappy songs, I'd stick my dick in her mouth and be like, come on, baby. Let's go write a song. I'll produce something for you. Free of charge this time. Yeah, right? And then back on planet Earth, not on planet Zero where we've murdered all our heroes. I'm here on planet Zero. We live like no tomorrow. Oh, that's right. I was talking about what a major music geek I am. It's so obvious, right? My God, how could I forget that topic? JJ the Music Geek. Take 2. And action. Alright, folks, so yeah, I took the cell phone and I set it aside because now we're making video like professionals, right? Well, maybe not that professional, but yeah, I'm just gonna use my cell phone for phone calls for the rest of the night, I think. Okay. So you're probably wondering, what is the point in this, JJ? You've been doing this for half an hour and you haven't said anything about anything. I'd be like, that's not true. I sniffed an oxycodone in front of you. That's one thing. Okay. That's productive. I promise that's productive. That's why I'm able to like talk normal and walk normal, and that's why I walk this way and I talk this way. Eh? Yeah, baby. Yeah, I walk this way and I talk this way. No. So, and I was telling you about the story how I was listening to the radio and I heard a fucking advertisement for like Sprite and it was real happy and real jingly, and that's exactly the kind of thing that might make me break down in tears. It's so happy. Oh, I can't take it. But instead, I got a little angry. I was like, oh, god damn it, man, what the fuck? What is this doing on my stereo? And I'm like, I had to pause and reflect for a moment and do the temet nose, just like Neo would do, right? I'm saying, damn, Jay, why all the hate? Are you a hater all of a sudden? I'm like, man, I'm a skater. I've never been a hater. Give me a fucking break, man. I got my positive mental attitude. I don't need to be hating on shit. The fact of the matter is, I just do. Because, like, I got a chemical imbalance. No, it does not say I miss crime on the back. It's pretty dope, though, man. Fucking A, man. So what? So what? So I'm a hater and I'm a skater? So what? No, I just told you I ain't a goddamn hater. So what's the problem? What's the chemical imbalance? I'll tell you the fucking chemical imbalance, motherfuckers, if you give me a minute. Okay, the chemical imbalance is called life. Okay? That is the ultimate chemical imbalance, in my opinion. Life. That's what got me down in the first case originally. Way back when. Oh, well, gee, JJ, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, it's kind of a geeky loser. I can see how life didn't pan out well for you. No, that's not it at all. Not more basement dweller rhetoric. I'm the exact opposite of a fucking basement dweller. I think if you watch the little program I produced called The House Built by Video Games, right? I think I tell you exactly how I use that little program and stuff to accelerate my life like it was on the fast forward button, like jam. Alright. So yeah, I'm like 17 and I'm done with the video game shit. I've got a job, I'm going to college, shacked up with a girlfriend, like in a band, got a car, going on tour, playing in different states all over the fucking place. Yeah, life was looking pretty good. I was like living the American dream, man. Lots of freedom, lots of opportunity, a little bit of money. Yeah. But, you know, so where did it all go wrong? I don't know, man. That's life. You know, you'll be doing really good, and then you'll have like all this shit going, and then it'll all crumble one by one by one by one, or maybe all at once even. So, and that might lead to what is known as situational depression. It's a lot like having a chemical imbalance, except it's completely natural to have situational depression. Sometimes for an extended period of time, depending on what the circumstances were involving your circumstantial depression, if you will. Okay. You know what? I think I'll wear this. For the rest of the episode. This is kind of old school, a lot like this t-shirt I'm wearing. These are both about 10 years old now. Almost going through puberty, basically. Almost ready for middle school. That looks nice. That's nice. A magnet. So yeah, man. Well, let me tell you. If you are going to be situationally depressed, sometimes something like music can really help you out. That is, if you're listening to the right music. You know, the kind of music that'll, like, get you back to normal. I don't know if there is such a thing. Like, a lot of times people like to wallow in their depression by listening to the most emo, depressing music possible. And I'm not going to tell you that that's a bad idea. All right, because that is a situation that can lead to processing, which is a fancy way of saying getting closure on your fucked up mental state and your depression. You might be able to process all your trauma or whatever that much quicker. Like, you might be able to just plow right through your goddamn depression or whatever if, you know, you just like get to the core of the problem, the core of the matter, the fact of the matter, right? And have your little epiphany or your Zen moment, all right? Your enlightenment, your whatever, okay? And I'm not saying that that's really the ultimate goal. Like having a profound experience, a cathartic something, epiphany, yeah, that's not necessarily gonna get your processing, get you past your trauma, all right? But from my experience, it helps. Like they say that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Right? Well, how about a moment of enlightenment that's worth 1,000 lifetimes of stupidity and immaturity and otherwise meaningless life, as Alice Donut would call it, bucketfuls and bucketfuls of meaningless life. Oh yeah. Man, meaningless life is pretty fun. That's like, if you know how to work it, it could be like Beavis and Butthead or something. And that's pretty fun until, you're playing frog baseball and accidentally get your head knocked off or chop off a finger while I'm not going to spoil the show for you. If you've never seen Beavis and Butthead, you should just go watch that on your own free time, right? Probably. I mean, if you're old enough and you got permission, otherwise get permission from your parents. Yeah, man. Okay. Fuck that. See, I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm merely trying to live mine in front of the camera. Because if I don't, I'm gonna go fucking crazy. I mean, okay. What do I mean by go crazy? I mean go crazy-er. Crazy, 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 crazy. Give it the wall back, give it the wall back, give it the wall back, wall back, wall back, give it the wall back, give it the wall back, give it the wall back, wall back, wall back. So, shall we get to the fact of the matter? Hey, don't rush me, dickheads. Fucking assholes. Fucking cunts. Alright, don't rush me. God, I hate that shit. I like to take my time. That's right, ladies. I take my nuts. You know how I do. What do you think? I've been meaning to scan this. It's like a sticker. So yeah, I'll scan that, and then I can have that underneath my JJ stuff. I can just have a whole line of JJ Styles. Or maybe one that says JJ, one that says Ot the Avenger, etc. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? I don't know. I'll tell you what's really fun. When I walk around wearing this Olympics medal for the Arizona Police Olympics. It's pretty funny. People are like, damn, Jay, I didn't know you was 5'0". Come on, yeah, 5'0". Yeah, right. If you think that is true, then you're more gullible than I thought. But thanks, yeah. Sure. Yeah, I'm 5'0". Don't fuck with me or I'll arrest you. Yeah. Wink, wink. Okay. Motherfuckers. Wouldn't know 5'0" if one of them bit you on the ass. And I am talking about the K9. You got your 5'0" and your K9. Funny, right? That's some funny, clever observations, right? I'm on my game. I got my game face on, right? Even though I'm not currently playing a game, I do have my game face, just about. As opposed to earlier, when I did not have game face whatsoever. Yeah, people, better living through chemistry, go figure. Who would have thought? But, I keep telling you guys over and over, I keep saying that those little pink pills, those are the instant release ones. Haven't quite figured out how to make them time release mechanism. So yeah, probably in just a short little while I'll be freaking out again, needing another one. I'm almost ready to start, freaking out, just thinking about freaking out, because I got some shell shock going on from all these little bouts. It's gonna have a lasting effect for the rest of my life, probably. Some kind of a scar, a mental, emotional, some kind of a trauma scar. Maybe I'll have like shakier hands, maybe, or maybe I'll just like, maybe my post-traumatic freakouts just be that much heavier. I don't know. I haven't made it that far yet. Not sure. And why would I even think that way? Well, like I say, I've done a lot with my life, and I'm only 40. Not even that fucking old, really. But I'm starting to look it in the past month. And yeah, I guess I'm used to looking back on life with a little bit of hindsight, if you will. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like, they say hindsight, like you're looking back. Hindsight is 20/20. It's like looking back on your life minus the nostalgia. No, I don't think that's a rule. I think you can still have hindsight and like nostalgia if you want. I can't really say I'm that of a nostalgic person necessarily, but I do tend to try to dwell on the happier moments. If that makes me nostalgic, well then, hey, alright then, whatever. And get me a bottle of nostalgia out of the Watchmen comics and I'll put some on. Since I don't have any nostalgia fragrance, I'll just axe it up. How's that sound? Oh yeah. Smells like nostalgia. It's kind of stale. Kind of old smelling. Anyway. And yeah, so I guess I was trying to look into the future and imagine what my new post-traumatic. I don't know, man. Every time I get dope sick, it feels kind of traumatic. It's not fun, and you know, if trauma is cumulative, well then, yeah, I'm bound to be a little weirder. Because the trauma just keeps, and I don't want to talk about the trauma. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, I do. I do want to talk about it. And I'm gonna fucking talk about it. But yeah, so when you get back to looking on your life a lot like that, you know, at other people's lives, because, you know, it isn't like I did all that crap all by myself. The bands, the TV shows, the freaking, even college, I can look back and you know, include some others in my memories of school there, and yada, yada, yada. And so, I guess what I was trying to do was I was trying to figure out if I was a hater. Have I recently racked up so much trauma in my life? Am I like a full-fledged hater now? I'm not even sure at this point. And I'm not a hater. Yeah, I'm just confused. I'm very confused about what I'm gonna do to make things better. First of all, if that's even possible. Something tells me that's not even possible. I mean, with all the laws that are the multi-billion-dollar lawsuit against the pharmacies, and I'm telling you, I was a pretty well-balanced person for like, I don't know, about 15 years, I'd say. I mean, that's a long time. Especially for the first 5 years after the accident. Well, 4 years, whatever. You know, it's going to be the 20th anniversary of that fucking rollover on July 27th. At about 1 in the morning. Yeah, that means on the 26th it'll hit midnight, and then it'll be the 27th. And then like 1 hour later, that'll be the 20-year anniversary. Yeah, that'll be like a month after my birthday. And it's all very far into the future, I suppose. Not really. No, it's right around the corner. Right around it's like 6-7 months from now. It's gonna be really cool. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, man. It's the best. Yeah, real happy memory. Alright, where was I going with that? I don't even know. Oh, wait. I'm telling you about when my life started to get, like, so busy after video games and more. Like, you know, because everybody on the internet, like, these days, and even off of the internet, I suppose, like, everybody is, like, a creative type these days. And it's great. It's fucking awesome, man. Like, I felt like such a mutant growing up, being like an AV geek. Like, that's basically what I was. It's like kids would go to high school and they'd learn about audio and video and making videos and crap. And that wasn't really, you couldn't really do that much with them on the internet. So basically, you were the AV geek. You were the person that had a video ready and made for every situation that might occur in life, whether it be birthdays, New Year's, Christmas, 4th of July, graduation, spring break, I don't know. Make a special little video. And while everybody's in the middle of partying and having a good time, you'd walk in with your video and say, "Hey guys, you mind if I put this on the TV for a minute? I think it would be really fun." Right? They weren't exactly the best. It wasn't, yeah. 30 years ago wasn't exactly the best era for the creative types. But now with the internet, you got your SoundCloud for your music motherfuckers. You got like your YouTube for your video motherfuckers. You got like Twitch for your gamer motherfuckers, I guess. And I mean, I'm generalizing because pretty much all those platforms are good enough for just about anything. You got Twitter so you can promote your shit and then talk about your shit and then find out about other people's shit. And hell, maybe you might just use that as your primary video and audio platform. I mean, everybody's a fucking creative type these days. And if you're not, like, more power to you. I guess you're the consuming type, right? Excuse me. Still recovering from the scooter ride. So let's say you're the consumer type, right? Okay, so you're not really into all that creating shit. It's a whole lot of work, right? Tell me about it. It is a lot of work. Fucking A. And back when I did it, it wasn't even a good way to make money, really. I mean, yes, you could make a little Skrilla, a little scratch. It could be kind of like a side gig, if you will. Okay? Which is great when you're a kid. Like, any money you can get as a kid that doesn't involve, like, having a paperboy router working at McDonald's. Which, by the way, there's nothing wrong with those two jobs, alright? I mean, if that was all that I could have gotten back then, I would have been more than happy to be the paperboy freaking McDonald's burger flipping fry frizzling dude, okay? Like, and I would have done my job well, at least at first, and then I probably would have gotten uninspired and, like, started fucking up all the time. Where was I? You know, Chris Elliott had he's a comedian, kind of a weird dude, but real funny. He had a show called, like, Get a Life, where he was like a 40-year-old paperboy. It's pretty good shit. I'll bet that show could make a comeback right now. Either in rerun form or just, like, new episodes. It's, like, perfect for this era in time. All the people out there that need to get a life. Yours truly as well. Because my life, I got a life right now, and it's kind of disappointing. It's kind of disappointing. All these imbalances, man. So, anyhow, yeah, I'm like 17 or 18 years old. I got the job and the school and the girl and the rent and the, you know, the band and the car and the whole 9 yards. But guess what I didn't have? I'll bet you can guess. I'll bet you can. Can you guess? Can you imagine what I didn't have? Did I mention a TV show? I don't think I did. I didn't, did I? No, I didn't, because I didn't. I didn't have any kind of like a creative type thing. I was working on like websites that weren't even mine, okay? Like the most I ever got to do like on my shit was maybe like work on the Zero Tolerance Task Force homepage, or like, you know, get together with Fred and send out emails trying to book the next tour, shit like that, you know? You know what I mean? That's a lot different from what I was used to. It's a whole lot different from what I was accustomed luckily for me, I had friends. I still had a few friends down at that TV studio from all the years I put in, right? Go figure. Award-winning producer, star of video games and more, and also known as Zot the Avenger, the one and only, yours truly. And all the shows that I had volunteered to help on, and like, that I had done a wonderful job and helped the producer look like such a great producer, and helped the talent in front of the camera look like so good and professional on the air and on tape. Yeah, I still had some friends. And luckily, one of them contacted me. Why didn't I contact them? Because I was busy. Like, I had recently just upgraded from a pager. Alright? A pager. It's otherwise known as a beeper. There was a guy in town named JJ, and he used to have these radio advertisements. He'd go, "I'm the owner, and I'm the king of beepers. Yeah, come to JJ, the king of beepers. We'll get you a beeper, because I'm the king of beepers." That guy was pretty famous, because his ads were so stupid, but yet he sounded so professional, like such a capitalist, such an entrepreneur, man. It's like, everybody wanted a pager from JJ. And of course, I'd be like, "Oh, sorry, I don't do telecom." Not like that. No. Good times, right? No. So I'd recently upgraded from a pager to an actual cell phone. I think I had like a little Nokia. I think I still have that little Nokia. You know, it was like, it was kind of like one of those Matrix cell phones, minus all the Matrix shit. You know, those Nokias where they, like, the mouthpiece flips out and they're all like, you know the ones. They have like a grayscale Game Boy type display where you see the number and text messages. It was really great at the time, and it was unlimited. So, like, that right there was enough to make anybody feel like a futuristic cyber pimp. Little Game Boy display with your text messages, your caller ID history, your voicemail, and how many you've got that you haven't checked. It was all quite futuristic in its own kind of old-timey, cutesy kind of way. Right? You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Oh, no. Oh, I forgot. I broke the focus on this little guy. Oh, can I ever repair it? Oh, how do I... I'm gonna have to, like, pop this fucker open and get this focus thingy back on track. It's totally locked up, you guys. Oh, my poor little camera. Pobrecito. Oh. So yeah, my friend contacts me. And he says, "Hey, Zot, it's Bill Almec. Hey, how you doing, friend? Hey, I was wondering, are you still a member at Access Tucson? Are you still, like, a producer and everything? Because I was wondering if I could ask you a favor for me, if you would be... I bet you'd love this opportunity, but I just wanted to talk it over with you, see if I could get you on board, okay, Zot? I'll call you JJ? Yeah, I'm sorry. I called you Zot for so many years. It's a tough habit to break. Yeah. Alright, so you say you're still an active member. That's good. And you don't have any programs going at the time? Right now? Like, you're program free? Not producing? Oh, that's good. That's good. So why you could probably produce 2 programs right now if you got a facilitator appointment and wanted to, right? Like, you totally could be, 2 programs. Well, that's the limit now. Yeah. You're not allowed to. It's not unlimited. No, you can't just produce a million shows down there. No. They only give you 2. Right? It does kind of stink. I thought the same thing when they started enforcing the rules. I thought it sucked. It sucked big time. Because you know me, I'm a music aficionado, much like yourself. I mean, I've got programs like Celtic Music and more. Nothing but Celtic music in acoustic form. Truly, we got some fabulous stuff. No repeat footage. No, it's always new. Well, I know a few record labels, and they send me their promotional material. That's how I do it, Zod. JJ, yeah. And I'm on a lot of mailing lists like that. I'm getting free DVDs on a daily basis. The kind of stuff that people go to the store and pay for, that's right. And they give it to me to promote it. So that way people will go to the store and buy it and get a copy for themselves. And I can't promote everything that I'm getting in the mail. And these record companies are getting angry with me, Zot. I mean, JJ, it's really just overwhelming having all these angry record label people wanting to hang me by my balls. Sorry. Anyhow. So this is how I could use your help, Zot. I'm getting a bunch of, we got Celtic music and more. I also got this program doing really well called Underground Music Videos. And, oh, you like it already? Good. I knew you would. I knew you were the guy for this. Here, let me tell you. Let me tell you about this. We're getting underground music videos, alternative rock music, punk rock, ska, freaking grunge, from all over the world right now. I'm getting some really fantastic stuff. Stuff like, I don't know if you're familiar with Sugar Cult. You're not? Okay, yeah, we got them. How about Sublime? You like Sublime? Yeah, everybody likes Sublime. Okay, what about, have you ever listened to the Dead Kennedys? Yeah, I'll bet you and Fred probably played quite a few of their recordings on those month-long tours that you guys go on. Am I right? Your DIY punk rock tours? Yes, yeah. Okay, so this is the deal. We got a few episodes under the belt, but yeah, I have more than 2 programs. It's not on the air right now. If I could get you to go to the studio with me to an appointment, and if you could make me your co-producer, right, and then well, we'd be back in business. I'll do all the editing. I'll do everything. Just produce it. Basically sign the paper, dude. That's it. Just sign the paper, JJ. I'll do it all, bro. Just do it. And like, what am I gonna say? Fuck you, Bill. Like, yeah, I love that guy. Apparently, he's like, I haven't seen him in a while, but you know, I got a lot of fond memories of that guy. I know that he's gotten in trouble for something, I don't know. And like, you know what? Yeah, that's what the justice system is for. If you commit a crime and do your time, well, that's it. Then it can't be held against you anymore. So, and I don't know if he did any time. I don't know anything. But I'm going to talk fondly about that guy because he's my friend, okay? And that's that. So yeah, to make a short story long, yeah, man, that's how I got to be the producer for, dramatic pause. That's how I became the producer, right, for the one, the only. Oh, there's not enough light in here. More dramatic pause. Oh shit, I flipped the switch. That's no good. Where's my thing? Oh my god, my thing's all the way over there. Do I have another thing? I think I'm becoming a little too dependent upon remote access. Alright, I'll settle it. There's my thing. Now that's what I call remote access, baby. Woo! Where was I? Oh yeah, I think I was talking about BAM! Underground music videos. Episode number 23, as it would be, as it might be, as it should be. You can see the pull tab. Yeah, you can't record over this tape. It's got important shit on it. Yeah, man, important shit on it. I'm important shit. Yeah, I am. It's true. So, you like my story? It doesn't end there. We're just getting started. I'll bet, like, some of you might be thinking, like, was this a stream? Did JJ stream this? Like, is this a rerun? No, 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 no. It's not a fucking rerun. I gotta do something right now. I gotta do some copyright infringement. So I'm just gonna upload it to the Internet Archive, and that'll be that. I already know this isn't the kind of content, this isn't the kind of program that a person goes and streams. Like, I get shut down like in 2 fucking seconds. And it's not fair, because this is my history, and I gotta share it with you. But it's basically a whole lot of copyrighted material. It's like a bunch of music. It's music industry music. Like the exact kind of thing you're not supposed to play on your stream, because those fucking platforms, they want their cut. They want their royalties, and they're not gonna let you just. You gotta either pay. You gotta either like pay their publishing fee if you're gonna use their music, or you gotta pay. That's all there is to it. And if your history is drenched in copyrighted music, well, you're not gonna be able to share your history on a stream, are you? Not underground music videos, episode number 3, the Pearl Jam 2001 tour. You see that little bit right there? Like, right about there. Pearl Jam. I know it's out of focus. I don't know what to do about it. Here, okay. I guess I could do this. Here, I've got skills. I'm a skilled producer. I got my abilities and my disabilities, which was another program that Bill Allman produced, believe it or not. Okay, there, now you can read it in focus. Pearl Jam 2001 tour. Yeah, totally copyrighted. You can't go play Pearl Jam on your fucking stream. Like, give me a break. But I am gonna play it in this recording. I'm gonna play this whole damn episode. It's a little bit complicated. I think I might have to get a VCR. I had one in here, but I spilled grenadine all over it and kind of needed to take it in for a cleaning. And I told you I've had a bit of a chemical imbalance lately. I'm not going to try to make sense out of the grenadine incident, okay? It is what it is. If you're wondering, I mean, of course I still drink grenadine. Why wouldn't I? It's not like it was a traumatizing incident. I don't have like post-traumatic grenadine trauma or nothing, right? No, 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 no. Yeah, that says rubbing alcohol. I keep it handy because you never know when you might need the shit. Alright. I wouldn't recommend drinking it though. That's a terrible idea. Really bad idea. Don't go drinking rubbing alcohol. If you need a buzz, there's better stuff to be consuming than rubbing fucking alcohol. Okay, folks? No, actually, I've been trying to, like, organize my shit. You know what I mean? I've been trying. For example, I have an extra monitor in here. It was mainly for the web hosting operation that I'm getting going again. I'm bringing back J Squared web hosting, and it's going pretty fucking awesome. Right now I'm trying to figure out how many servers I'm actually going to use, because back in the day it used to be a single server operation, but I got that server, I got that rack, I got another rack. Here, I'll just show you. It'll be easier that way. It'll be easier, trust me. Trust me, this is much easier. Easier, not cheesier. Much easier? Much cheesy? Is that like cheesy? No, not much easy. Much easier. Budweiser. Easier. Easy. Easy does it. So they say, at any rate. Yeah. That's good. Sure. Looks like crap over there, but whatever. Everything looks like crap until you got it all, you know, the way it's gonna be. Yes, I own briefcases. Does that seem weird? I'm a professional. Of course I have briefcases. Sometimes all I carry in them are briefs. If you know what I mean. You know, sometimes it's underpants, sometimes it's documents. Yeah, I carry all kinds of briefs in my briefcase, okay? I'll bet you do too if you're a professional like me. A professional amateur. I mean, I'm strictly independent, which basically means I'm an amateur. Okay? Let's get that out of the way. Let's get our terminology straight. Alright? I'm an independent, so I'm basically an amateur. But at the same time, I'm so pro at being an amateur. It's not even funny. Like, it's literally just true. That's kind of why I fall into the category of, like, a creator, you know, content creator type. Because a lot of your content creators, they act like they're real fucking professional because they make money, you know? Like, good for you. Oh, yeah, you're really pro. You make money. But, you know, they're still amateurs because they're not affiliated with, like, multinational conglomerate mega corporations. Now, are they? And if they are, well, are they actually hired, or do they actually work there? Or are they just implementing some little, you know, some kind of like a satellite, include your customers. Have your customers be creators. It's a whole new gimmick that we're working on here at Death Corp. Multi-Death Corporation. Yeah. Really cool. Let me applaud you and your professionalness. Yeah, I'm strictly amateur. This is amateur hour, and I'm fucking proud of it, okay? And I'm never gonna change. Never. It's too late for that. I'm already 40, people. Been independent my whole life. It's been pretty awesome, actually. Aside from all the trauma, all the obstacles, hurdles, difficulties, etc. Aside from that, like all the content and like all the achievement and stuff, that's been fantastic. I love it. Yeah, man, if life wasn't so complicated and difficult, like I could probably, like, I don't know, maybe I'd be calling myself a professional instead of sounding like a bitter amateur. I don't know. I digress. Cool. Alright, this looks a little better. This is a little bit less dog and pony, a little less ramshackle, a little less... Still pretty awesome. Yeah. Yeah, totally awesome. I know. I specialize in awesome. That's why Bill Almec thought of me first before he thought of anybody else to be the producer for underground music videos, right? He's like, I have just the guy, you know? And I wasn't paranoid. I wasn't like, what is he hoping to get out of this? Is he trying to exploit me? Because, you know, I quit that TV studio. It's like, man, there was nothing shady about it. I knew exactly what I was getting into. Homeboy was getting free music videos. The kind that most people go to the store and pay for, he's getting them for free. That is the scam, if you want to call it that. It's not even a scam. It's a legitimate business industry tactic called promotion. Those were promotional videos. And if you've ever purchased a promotional item before, let's say at a used record store like Zia Records or Bookman's, right? Okay? If you, or a pawn shop even, right? If you've ever purchased a freaking a promotional publicity item, you'll notice that it usually has like in writing, like here. Let me I just had yeah. Let's say that like you're a fan of the EMI records. EMI, right? Let's say you're a fan, all right, and so you get a copy of this lovely little title called "Never Mind the Bollocks." This is EMI. Pretty good little tape. It wasn't exactly punk rock or anything. It was more like 1990s modern rock. I listen to it from time to time. If this was a promotional piece of material, it would probably say, like in writing, like stamped, you know, with the rubber, probably say like, not for resale. And I think that's, you know, because they don't want people to be getting free copies and then passing them off as if they are new. Do you get it? Like if you go to a used record store and you buy a promo tape or CD, or if you buy a promotional material item that somebody got for free to play on the radio or the TV or whatever, right? It's okay to sell it if it's obviously used. You get the difference? But if it's wrapped in cellophane and like they put a fake barcode on it and they're trying to pass it off as new merchandise, like as if it came from China or Mexico, like Nogales, Tijuana, what have you. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's deceptive. Deceptive practice. That's kind of what I got banned from YouTube, but I'm back. I'm not going to talk or think about it ever again because I was not doing deceptive anything, but I digress. Yeah, so Homeboy's getting free promo material, and he needs a producer because there is an actual limit to programs. So yeah, that's the end of the complicated story, right? Like these days when people try to involve you in stuff like that, that's obviously beneficial to your life. Like people are so sketched out. They're like, what this has got to be like a catfish game or something. Somebody's trying to fish me. It's like back then, like you were, yeah, scams, they still happened, but it usually wasn't like one of your good friends trying to do it to you, first of all. And if it was a good friend trying to scam you, they were probably involved in a pyramid scheme. This pyramid scheme, excuse me. I don't know what a pyramid scheme is. A pyramid scheme. Yeah, man. Like, pyramid schemes are a part of life. I think most people get initiated into the scheme business when they're children and they get that box of, like, chocolate bars. You know the ones I'm talking about. Like, they're supposedly the designer chocolate, you know, that you're like, you're gonna like sell the candy bars and buy new books for your school, or you're gonna like, you know, get a new team outfit for your baseball team, and you know, the kids that sell the most candy bars, They're the ones that are going to get the most recognition and maybe win a trip to a field trip in at the World Series. I don't fucking know. I didn't do those. I knew better. I knew they were pyramid schemes. Yeah, I knew what a pyramid scheme was when I was like this tall. Motherfuckers. I was a little bit savvy like that. So, but you know what? Even though, you know, even if you know what a pyramid scheme is, you could still accidentally get wrapped up into one. You know, if this pyramid scheme happens to do something that you really like and want to be a part of, you know what I mean? Like if I was going to make a pyramid scheme, I would make something called like the Independent Music and Record Friends Network. And it would be kind of like, you know, back in the day when people would send bootleg videos of concerts through the mail, and it was kind of like, you know, I'll dub this tape if you send me this dub tape, you know, and it'll be like a really low fidelity recording that's been dubbed several times over, and the generational quality loss is mounted. Anyway, it would be like that, but because everything's digital, you wouldn't be dealing with that, the low quality. Like all the music in my music friends network would be top of the line, high fidelity, essentially lossless, whatever you want to tell people. And basically, if you want to be a part of this independent records and music friends club, which in effect would be like a gigantic record label, like a worldwide fucking web, if you will, of bands, and like it'd be like a gigantic global record label. That would be my pyramid scheme. And basically, to be a part of it, you would have to, you know, you'd have to like pay your entry fee, which is like $100. I don't know, $1,000. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna do this for real, so I haven't thought that part out. Thank you very much. I'm just trying to demonstrate how anybody could be taken in by a pyramid scheme if it's unique enough and cool enough. Even a rational-minded motherfucker could get taken in by a scam like that. And so, yeah, you pay your fee and you become a friend of the Independent Musicians Network. But in order to maintain your status, you have to distribute, you know, recordings for other artists that are members of the network. So you'd basically have like a mobile distro, mobile distribution, if you will. And you'd go to different places, set up a tent, put up a merch table. Maybe it would be at concerts, maybe it would be at all-day events, you know, etc. And you'd have your independent music network table, and then you'd be like, hi, how's it going? You have a little boombox hooked up to your iPod, and you'd be ready to play anything that you have for sale. And you just sit there all day, you know, selling other people's shit to show that you're a cool fucking member of the Independent Musicians Friends Network, and that you deserve to maintain your status. And that's exactly like what a pyramid scheme is, okay? You're basically getting products at wholesale cost, marking them up to retail cost, taking a large cut of your profits and giving them back to the fucking pyramid scheme, okay? And ultimately you're happy about it because you're growing, you're climbing the pyramid ladder, okay? And with each level comes new benefits, like maybe more responsibility. Maybe now instead of 6 recordings that you have for sale in your mobile distro, now it's doubled. Now you got 12. Wow! Like, what a great idea, right? How come you're not rich, JJ? Because I have a few too many morals and ethics that get in the way. I've been abused, and I try not to abuse other people. And of course I still end up abusing them because I got the trauma. I got a chemical imbalance. It's all very complicated. Not to mention that, I didn't go to college for business. I don't even think I have a single family member that knows anything about business. I think my most successful family members, I got like one that's a lawyer and one that's like a politician. Like, I'm like the lone computer geek, the lone media star. Yeah, I'm basically what you would call a self-made geek for the most part. I mean, the TV studio pretty much made me, and that was a community effort, so that feels good. Because when you're self-made, you don't really get to share your success, but when you're community-made, fuck, that's pretty dope. That means at any given point, I could throw a party and invite the entire city of Tucson, because that's my community. So that's pretty dope. And yeah, man, 10 years later when we did the video virus thing, and we had the J Squared web hosting, we were providing a few web hosting services for the community, kind of like Pondo Enterprises, you know, Marty Catola, the producer, and some of the productions like the Comic Book Diaries, and you know, the Frenzy movies, and I don't know, man, you can look it up, maybe. I don't think a lot of that stuff even made it to the Internet Archive, though. Sorry, I've been meaning to do this for a while, and I got motivated now that the camera's pointed at me, okay? I don't want to look like a total fuck-up, so, you know, I'm showing off all of my ancient server hardware, you know, because that's my favorite kind of server. Those nice 386 architecture, i386 they call them. Yeah, man, fucking 32-bit. That was back in the day when we had it all. That's when we didn't suck back then. Nowadays, with the ARM architecture and the freaking, man, and it's all 32 and 64, I don't even know, man. It's all fucked up. It's so fucked up, man. People got their heads so far up their asses these days, they can't even see the sunlight. It's just so fucked up, man. It's no wonder I can't get any shit done. I mean, I don't fit in this world. Those people in their 64-bit architecture. I mean, give me a break. Am I right? Am I right? I think I'm right, alright? It's all about the 32-bit. And I like my RAM, alright? I like my interface, my bus. I like it nice and slow, alright? Like around like 266, maybe like, I don't know, 333 megahertz, 444, 555 megahertz. Like, I like my RAM nice and slow. Because, you know, once it starts getting too fast, then your server's doing all kinds of multi-process. Then you've got a server with a case of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, basically. So you end up with a schizophrenic server if your RAM interface is too fast, you know. I'm just telling you like it is, folks. You know, you wonder why the internet is so weird today? And why nobody can focus on what's important? Well, it all kind of relates back to what I'm talking about here. There's too much to get distracted with. And not enough focus on the actual important shit. You know? It's like when you're a content creator, it's like when people start to focus more on, like, what TV network are you on? What platform do you use? How do you do your music? Is it free? Is it licensed? Like, when they start focusing on those details, what kind of camera? Oh, and not on the actual content, that's when you're lost. I don't want to be a part of that world. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like talking shop with the best of them. I'll talk shop all day long, but, like, it seems like when everybody's a content creator, like, the number one thing they end up talking about is talking shop, when really you should be talking about your content. You should be talking about your program, and it might seem a little egotistical, it might seem a little fucking self-centered, narcissist, I don't know, but that's not it, because That's not why you make content. You're not doing it to promote yourself. You're doing it to promote the content that you're promoting. Like, I always knew that. I always knew the difference between Zot the Avenger and the video games themselves. Like, and ultimately Zot lived for the video games, not for Zot. Zot didn't live for Zot. No, not Zot for Zot. Fucking Zot for video games, baby. That's why I'm the OG that I am. That's why I'm the real fucking deal, people. That's why. Not just the time and the era and the fact I was the first to have the like idea in the first place, but you know, no, it's more like just because I kept it real. Like seriously, like a lot of people they can't keep it real. Like I don't know, man. I can talk shit all day long, and I'm not even a hater. Are you a hater, JJ? I told you, I'm not a hater. I got the positive mental attitude, right? I ain't a hater. But, like, come on, let's get real. Alright? I mean, like, I can get a little jealous. I may not be a hater, but I can get jelly. I mean, who doesn't get a little jelly from time to time? It's like sometimes I'm gelling like Magellan, other times I'm jelly like I'm gonna go to helly, if you know what I mean. They say that to covet your neighbor's life, you're gonna go to hell, I guess. It's not anything it's not anything admirable. Let's just say that much, okay, people? When you're jealous and you're coveting, you know, like look, yeah, I have a razor blade, okay? Look. Yeah, so what? I can shave my face. Alright? You're not gonna covet that. Because I've used it on my face already. Give me a break. You don't want that. No. But maybe you want my awesome coaxial cables. Probably not. They're alright. You might want them. Have you ever considered coaxial cables for your audio-video needs? I know that right now HDMI and component cables are all the rage when it comes to your high-def video needs. But good old-fashioned coaxial cable has always been a reliable source of video and audio for me. Yours truly, Zot the Avenger. So, remember, you should always consider coax for your audio-video needs. And now, back to your regularly scheduled crap. So, as I was saying, yeah, man, fucking 32-bit architecture is where it's at. And this RAM, you know, it's like, some people, they like going, I remember during the console wars in the 90s, where we were jumping from 8 bits to 16 bits to 32 bits to fucking 64 bits to a fucking 128 bits, 256 bits. I mean, the same thing happens in the encryption game, right? People want more security in their encryption, their encodings, and their private and their public keys. So they go from like the 48 or 56 to the 128. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's nothing new. And you know, having computer servers that kick ass and serve up shit for you, that's nothing new either. And I'm gonna be doing it real soon with J Squared Web Hosting. You saw that one server, that's gonna be my control panel. I'm thinking this server right here will end up being my DNS. It'll be my primary DNS. And I'm thinking also mail, like SMTP, IMAP, POP3, webmail. So it'll have like Apache, it'll be like a web server kind of, but not really. No, because I'm thinking that even though this is a fine little, you know, this is a fine little server, little case. It's basically just like the other one, the control panel. You know, it has like this nifty little, here, let me, Yeah, man. Whoa, shit. You know, it has this lovely little information panel right here that you can program. Alright, it is trivial. All you got to do is interface with that little thing right there that says console. You interface with that. And there's a multitude of cool shit that relates back to what can actually show up on this little screen right here. Giving you an instant output into what's happening with your server. If there's anything of crucial importance that you need to know. Like, I know a lot of people, they don't like spend time in the server room because it's usually really cold in there. And like, fuck. And it's really cold and it's kind of lonely. You know, you're not going to be throwing parties in the server room, right? That's a bad idea. Like, one person spills a drink on a server, next thing you know, your whole operation is down. You know, not really partying. But then again, if you've got like a, you know, at-home operation or whatever, you know, you might be walking by your servers and you might actually need that little display. It might actually, you know, be useful. And plus, like, if I ever do throw a server room party, and you want to hack me and take me down a peg, because I'm just this cocky motherfucker, I think that's the direct interface to the console. You know, like, that's basically like using a serial port, if you will, to just get direct access to like a TTY console on the system. Yeah, that's like instant root. But I might actually take this out. I'm not sure. I'm thinking I'll remove that before we go live. It's real easy. I just got to take that cable, this one right here. I just unplug that cable, and no more instant root. Real handy though when you're setting things up, getting ready for a big operation like this. Got my built-in Ethernet, built-in SCSI, nice old school fucking. What kind of, is that the wide SCSI? Is that the skinny? Man, don't even talk to me about SCSI. I know you don't know it. I know you don't know SCSI. Alright? Some motherfucking cables like these. Okay? You know what the Terminator, you know what the Terminator's for, right? It's so that way if anybody says hasta la vista, it knows to terminate you. Because you're annoying. Okay, that's what's up with that. I even got like a spare SCSI card in case, like, you know, I have to add a new server like instantly. Like, you know, maybe 3 isn't going to be enough. Maybe I'll want to have a 4th one in the maybe I'll have, like, you know, the name server also working as the mail server. Then I got the control panel, and then finally I'll have the web server acting as the secondary DNS, right? And also, oh, you get the picture. The SQL server, right? I guess I'll keep. I don't know though. That seems like bad security to me. I really would rather not have the SQL server and the web server running on the same, you know, box. But then again, at the same time, that does tend to make for a faster and more reliable configuration. But yeah, less secure definitely. Well, I'll hash that out later. Don't worry. I'll get it all figured out very soon. At least before the year 2024. I promise that to myself and to you. You faithful viewer. You. God, I love my viewers, my fans. They are so hardcore. They're usually like a reflection of me. And I am like the perfect alpha geek. Like, I don't know if you consider me an alpha male or not. Probably not, right? But I am definitely an alpha geek. That is for sure. Mark my words. I wouldn't lie to you about that. I was reading the other day that, technically speaking, your average alpha geek, if you will, okay, if you like that term, geek, alright, they were saying that in the actual hierarchy, or no, the archetypes and categories of a male personality, if you will, or maybe even a female personality. I don't know, because these days those roles are not so strictly defined. Thank God, right? But technically, you're not going to be an alpha male. You're not going to be a beta male. You're going to be a zeta male. You know that? If you're a geek and you don't adhere to the traditional, oh, I'm an alpha male because I provide for my family. I bring home the bacon and I run the household. I am the patriarch. And not only that, but when I go out with my friends, I always pay for the meal and the party. And we always take my car because I'm the alpha male. Blah blah. And then the beta male is just like what? Every other friend that asshole has that makes fun of him behind his back for being such an uptight loser. Like those are the traditional male roles and archetypes of society at large, right? But yeah, if you're a geek and you tend to just not even go out and party, you'd rather like land game at home and I don't know. Yeah, you provide, but you don't, and you got like a 6-figure income, but technically your wife brings home even more money because she's like a webcam girl. Yeah, that makes you a zeta male, as opposed to a gamma male. Yeah, gamma, like the gamma rays. Yeah, the gamma male is like, I guess supposed to be the life of the party, but kind of emo. So yeah, rather than like the whole alpha beta dichotomy, I'm more like a hybrid. I discovered this. I'm sharing it. I'm more like a hybrid of a zeta gamma personality type. I'm a little bit party, a little bit. I'm kind of like a mullet hairdo, if you will. I'm like business up front, party in the back, except it's more like business on the pewter, party IRL. Yeah, that's more like it. And then this, woo, oh shit, where was I? Yeah, man, this fucking rack. This rack is pretty badass. I don't know if you've noticed the theme here, okay? But these are all like 2U in size. They're not like the 1U, like my Switch over there is a 1U. Some people even get the 4U, which is kind of nice because you can fit a full-sized video card or any kind of peripheral in a 4U. But no, I'm more of a fan of the 2U. At least I was back in the day. I don't know, I haven't bought a rack in a while, so. I'm not talking about rack and pinion steering, y'all. I'm talking about motherfucking servers and shit. 'Cause I'm taking over the internet. I'm like the NWO, alright? I'm basically tired of getting copyright fucking strikes for playing my shit. I'm not playing their shit, I'm playing my shit. Yeah, maybe my shit has their shit in it, but my shit was made a long time ago. It's a part of history, and it's my shit. And I never made any money off of it, so technically a fucking copyright violation never really occurred. You know, half the reason for getting a copyright is just to prove that you're the owner, or that you invented the shit in the first place. It's kind of like a justifiable, verifiable way to tell the world, hey, yeah, I made that. It's not all about royalties, like, that's more about like publishing companies and rights and distribution and residuals. That's a whole other area of music and entertainment law. Okay, people? Like the whole copyright strike thing is actually stupid, and it's actually misleading to call it a copyright strike or whatever. Like a copyright strike would be more like if people protested and took to the streets and said, yeah, we're striking because we're tired of the copyright strikes. Yeah, that's more like a copyright strike than an actual violation of terms. Alright? And yes, I'm pissed about it, because this is our right and our freedom, and they're fucking throwing it back in our faces like we're noobs! They treat me like a noob! These fucking providers treat me like a noob! The Internet Archives never treated me like a noob. No, they showed me a mutual respect. I appreciate that. It's like, what is respect? In the form of just a mutual appreciation, like a peerman, like a peermanship kind of thing. It's like, can't you respect me like a peer? YouTube, Twitch, fucking TikTok. You gotta strike me down every chance you get. Like, it doesn't create a very friendly environment it's not a very freeing experience. It doesn't make my creativity flow like water. I feel more like a dried up desert using those fascist platforms. Give me a fucking break. And yeah, they piss me off. I don't care if my little web hosting thing fucking shrivels up and dies a miserable, horrible death and never goes anywhere. You know what? I'm still trying. Put that in my fucking history book. I was pissed off enough to try. But hopefully I don't fail. Hopefully it just, like, takes off. And I make the internet free again. I don't want to make the internet great again. I want to make it free again. Period. End of fucking story. Because knowledge longs to be free. And I mean it. Probably more than I've ever meant anything in my life. Like, I've told some people, I love you. And I probably meant it, like, to a certain degree. I mean, you don't go around saying I love you because you don't love that person. That would be kind of schizo, right? I mean, unless you're trying to be all reverse psychology. Are you trying to social engineer these people? You're like, oh yes, I love you. Or wait, but really, it's about hating? I can't even wrap my head around that kind of reverse psychology. What would that accomplish? Is this because you're trying to make frenemies? Who tries to make frenemies? Oh, whatever. No, folks. No, what I'm talking about is actually like freedom fighting. You know? I feel kind of like a rebel. Because it seems like nobody gives a shit about the internet actually being free, except for places like the, Electronic Frontier Foundation that's always cared about that kind of shit. You know, like there's a certain sector of geeks, usually they're kind of old school, they've kind of been there for a while, maybe got in on the groundwork of laying of something cool. Like I remember when people were talking about the World Wide Web, they're all talking about this Berners guy on the PBS and crap, making all the spider analogies and junk. And I'm just like, oh, that looks like it ought to be more fun than AOL and their little fucking code word tour bus ride freaking experience that they've been providing us dial-up modem users and owners with for a while now, right? Yeah, this World Wide Web looks like it's going to be a lot more fun than AOL, or CompuServe, or Prodigy, or Genie, oh man, I always forget that fifth one. What was it? CompuServe, AOL, Prodigy, Genie, and God damn it, I have to look up that fifth one. I can never remember. Oh well. Yeah, man. Old school freedom fighting. I finally found a way to be punk rock. Like I've been playing the punk rock music for all my life. Never been that much of a protester. Yeah, mostly just like a party punk. You know, where's the beer? You know, anybody got a cigarette? Hey, turn up the volume. Hey, I'm gonna start the pit, you know. Not too ground shaking with, human rights or, I mean, yeah, I did that shit, like, the least amount possible to still fit in at, like, a public access TV studio where, like, freedom of speech is the utmost importance. Then comes, like, the upholding of democracy and, all that entails. And then there's also religious freedom, because, like, that's guaranteed and also relates back to the free speech, believe it or not. And, like, yeah, if you're not down with those topics, you're not going to last very long at a public access TV studio. Those are just, like, that's like the 101 social class. Like, if you're trying to learn how to fit in and acclimate at your new campus, we're so glad you decided to go to school at Access Tucson University. before you get too comfortable, you should probably learn about what most of your other peers are going to be talking about, because they might use words or terms or phrases that you're unfamiliar with. Shit like freedom of speech. Bitch. Motherfuckers. Freedom of motherfucking speech. Bitches. Number one priority in life. Period. Freedom of speech. And I'm not gonna change. No, I'm gonna believe that until the day I die. And I'm not gonna be an asshole about it. I'm not gonna walk around saying slurs every other word just to be a dick about it. No. I may occasionally say, hey, have you ever heard that song by the Zero Tolerance Task Force called Jesus Was a Sand Nigger? It's a very good song. It makes some very good points. You see what I mean? I'm not going to call it Jesus Was a Sand N-word because that's not the name of the song. And it's not as poignant. It's supposed to be like a criticism on the United States government and the way they were handling Middle Eastern affairs with particular relevance to like warfare and like colonizing and like getting government contracts for business and like just the whole fucking thing is kind of grotesque. I don't know. Yeah, so that's the reason why I have the right to say that. It's freedom of speech. And, where was I? And I'm not trying to be a dick about it. I'm not. I'm trying to be free about it. Because it's my right. And I know it's not a very popular right. I know that everybody wants to, I said it on a previous recording, that, there's been a lot of injustices done to a lot of groups of people, in the human race, like all over the world, and particularly in the United States of America, for sometimes hundreds of years even. Like, it's not a rare circumstance to hear about some type of prejudice, injustice that's occurred for 400 years. Sometimes, with regards to Native Americans, the people that were here first, sometimes it's 500 years of injustice. If you can believe that, like, sometimes, but, everything's kind of working towards, like, some kind of, like, semblance of normalcy, a modicum of respect, and just an overall willing to live and let live, as opposed to live and let die, which is kind of the attitude I grew up with, believe it or not. Yeah, it wasn't just with Guns N' Roses song, it was kind of a lifestyle. Live and let die. Because life is hard, and no one's trying to keep me alive. Fuck everybody. It's me against the world, FTW, bitch. But you know what? I'm not like that anymore. I am a team player. You can tell by a lot of my streams. And a lot of the music I've made, and like junk like that. Alright? That's a good thing. I believe in evolution, not de-evolution. Alright? I think you know this about me. I don't know. Even though I look like I'm de-evolving. God, look at these lines. Oh well. Let's switch to a different camera angle, shall we? It's scaring me. Yeah. No more. No more. Uh-oh. Yeah. I'm just gonna trash this one. It's so long. I'll do something with you later. A lot better because, like, now I've kind of got like the fuzzy, out of focus kind of look, so you can't see quite how ugly I am. Yeah. I still look kind of like young and soft, like. Yeah. Okay. Sure you do, JJ. Whatever you say. So what's coming up next, you might be wondering? Now that you've shown us your entire fucking plans for 2023 with your ancient, archaic, obsolete, and antiquated web hosting operation, and you've even shown off your store, what you plundered from the store in the form of Mountain Dew And oh, what else? What else did you get, Jay? Oh, God, how addicted to the flavor orange is this guy? Why does everything have to be orange? Because orange is delicious. That's why. Orange is like not appreciated by as many people either. It's like, you know, if you meet a fellow orange lover, you met somebody that knows how to appreciate the true, good things in life. Because if you're just going to appreciate the popular things in life, you're probably going to be more like a cherry or a strawberry or maybe even like a blueberry fan before you're an orange fan. Am I right? And don't even get me started on grape. Okay, grape has always been underrated. Probably always will be underrated. Kind of like menthol fucking cigarettes, if you ask me. But no, we're gonna listen to some tunes, man. I'm gonna play something that you've probably never heard before. Right? Right? Because it's underground music, okay? This is the cutting edge shit back when I was a kid. Alright, you could like listen to the radio and get your mainstream crap like your Michael Jackson, your Janet Jackson, your Jackson 5. I'm just joking. The Jacksons weren't on the radio that much. Were they? Well, come to think of it, no. What I'm trying to tell you is this is that underground rock music that ended up becoming the mainstream. It's kind of like the underground rock music of the time period basically demanded to be heard and ended up becoming the primary rock sound to go on to influence decades of future musicians. If you can believe that. Underground, kind of like DIY, kind of like me. Yeah, man. To underground rock and roll. Or music in general. Cheers. Oh, that's good shit. Underground rock and roll, baby. Alright, I think I have a DVD. I mean, I know I have this tape. And I have a stack of DVDs, okay? I'm gonna upload every single one of them to the Internet Archive. That is the eventual plan. In fact, all those video virus episodes that I uploaded recently, they were mostly in boxes like this. Kind of laid out, kind of nice, professional-like. Because that's what a real fanboy does with their collection, They make it all pro like that, so. And, I don't know, I tried to use the stickers off of the original studio tapes, to add that extra air of authenticity to my little DVD renderings that actually came from a DVC Pro tape. If you know what DVC, it's like a digital video cassette. So yeah, I had to take that and make DVDs out of them. But what's my point? Oh, JJ's got a point. Oh, this ought to be good. Oh, what's it gonna be, Jay? Well, now you made me nervous. It's not like it's a big deal or anything. I didn't realize it. I thought that I had uploaded every episode of Video Virus when I made that tweet like last week where I'm all like, I'm never uploading another episode ever again of fucking Video Virus, right? Right? I thought that was only a 37 episode, program. I thought we only did like 37 of those. Apparently there was a 39th one made. Who knew? Really? Goddamn. So I guess as long as that's not a typo, I'll probably be uploading that soon. So, one more gem to add to the collection. I wonder where 38 is. I don't know. Might be in this stack of DVDs for all I know. Shit. Oh yeah. I'm gonna upload this too. It's about how to protect yourself in a campus shooting situation. Got it from my callers. So. This is a classic. The dubbing of the decline of Western civilization, independent underground music documentary. Such a good documentary. I got 2 of them. I got a spare double, apparently, in case I misplaced that one. I think I'm going to play this for you right now. This is a little video that I picked up a long time ago in a land far, far away. A land known as Walgreens Drugstore. The discount video bin, which had a whole lot of videotapes, discounted ones, as you can imagine. Stuff like this. Unexplained mysteries of cryonics. You know, this is probably on the internet somewhere. This is not like some kind of like new entry into the pop culture fucking internet, like whatever the fuck you're thinking. No, it's nothing that cool, nothing that special. But you know what? I recorded this. I imported this VHS into a DVD format, and I'm gonna play it for you because I haven't played it in a while. And this video is actually fantastic. It's funny. It's ironically funny. You know what I mean? It's like think about it. Think about it. On the back of the box, who do we have? Dr. Motherfucking Timothy Leary? Isn't that the guy that took all the acid? The LSD guy? He's talking about cryonics? What the fuck? Hey, you know, he may be like an acid guy, but I guess a PhD is a PhD, a doctor is a doctor. Like, they can talk about other things. Like, they're not just limited to one subject, these PhD types. I don't know. Don't ask me. I barely got like, I guess technically I got a bachelor's because of all the credits I racked up, but it doesn't amount to a degree. I barely got my associates. Don't even ask me about what it's like to have a PhD. Fuck, man. I'm not, but I can tell you a little bit about cryonics, cryogenics, and basically getting frozen in some kind of an effort to preserve your lifespan, extend your lifespan, perhaps see what the future has in store for mankind and humanity, maybe to live on as some kind of a relic or a caveman of a bygone time period and a bygone culture and society, much like that movie Demolition Man starring Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes as Simon Phoenix. Yeah, he's my favorite character in that movie. Stallone was okay, and Sandra Bullock was okay, but Wesley Snipes stole the fucking show. In my humble opinion. And we're gonna play this cryonics video just cause, man. It's my stream, and we're not even streaming. And we'll play some underground music videos after that. I'll get my shit together. Right? I don't even think I have an underground music videos DVD handy. Shit. So, yeah, enjoy this this DVD. That's an order. I order you. I demand that you enjoy it. Not just for my sake, but for your children's and your grandchildren's sake. We're talking about cryonics here, people. Haven't you ever seen Futurama? This important shit, I'm telling you. I'm not making this up either. I couldn't make up shit like that. I'm not even that creative. I couldn't even make this up if I tried. I mean it. I mean it. Come on, DVD, don't make me look stupid. I know how to work technology, really I do. Fine, I'll put it in the other fucking tray. I tell you. Wait a minute, maybe if I right-click on this drive, right, I'm going to right-click, I'm going to say play this using the VLC, and then it'll work. Oh, hell yeah, I'm good. I told you I know how to use this newfangled technology. There's a lot of right-clicking involved. A lot of right-clicking. You know what I'm talking about. It's a kind of a high-tech, fancy term, the right-clicking, as opposed to your wrong-clicking, which is probably what you've been doing most of your life. If you're anything like the people I know, yeah, they're always doing the wrong-clicking. But I'm telling you, right... Oh, shit. Alright, and you know what? I did some wrong clicking. I did a window capture when I think I really meant to do a goddamn display capture. Go figure. You know, I'm just a stupid redneck, basically. I'm no smarter than your average 5th grader. I'm an amateur. A professional amateur. So, and I'm not funny. I'm literally filling the time with awkward, you know, like, I'm talking about awkward shit because I'm feeling awkward. That's what's up, you know. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you need a little blue pill. I don't have any experience with that myself, but from what I've heard, it can make a world of difference. For some folks, it could change your life. I guess, if you believe that. I personally don't think there's much that could change my life these days. It's still gonna suck. But whatever. That is not really any of your business. Not really any of my business. I'm gonna go. Enjoy.
I addressed it Dear Precious Angel, and we've called him Precious Angel ever since.
It takes a special human being to come forward to be tested, to undergo counseling, have a medical exam history taken, and to say yes.
That is a billion-dollar question. Preserving your memories. There are about 10 people now working on my archives. When I come back, they'll pull me out of the frosty freeze and they'll thaw me out. I've got it so set up that my memories will be there.
From the boundaries of the universe to the depth of your soul, embark on a journey through the unknown and unexplained. Hello and welcome, this is Patrick McNee. Today, we'll show you the latest technological development designed to end our quest for immortality. But right now, let's join a very special celebration as children with life-threatening illnesses are given a real and rare gift of hope. We were invited to a party, but this wasn't just an ordinary festivity, rather the celebration of life. Kelsey Arnold is a 7-year-old girl who has braved more in her young life than most of us have experienced in a lifetime.
March 29th of 1993, she was diagnosed with leukemia.
They told us that the only hope she had was to have a bone marrow transplant.
Finding a possible bone marrow match within the immediate family circle is the ultimate goal.
We weren't fortunate enough to have a match. There's 6 HLA types. Kelsey's 3 of mine and 3 of my wife's, and my son didn't match either.
The only other solution was to harvest and transplant some of Kelsey's own bone marrow. But a year and 3 months later, Kelsey relapsed, a devastating experience for her and her family.
A bone marrow transplant is often a last resort for many patients. They've tried other types of treatments, other types of therapies, and this is their last chance of finding a cure. For many patients, if they don't receive a transplant, they will die.
We knew we had to get another transplant, and this time it couldn't be done the same way. We had to find a donor. So they went to the National Donor Pool, and on Christmas Eve last year, they called us and said they'd found a match.
Kelsey's transplant was a tremendous success, and her second chance of life was due to a complete stranger.
The donor and recipient do not know each other's names or where they live or what they're about until 1 year after the transplant.
Sometimes a patient will need a second transplant. The year allows for the anonymity of the donor. They can make a decision whether they want to donate again in private.
The Arnolds had to wait a year before they could meet their hero, but at least they were allowed to write to each other.
The very first time I wrote to him was the day she received his marrow. I didn't know how to start the letter. Because I didn't know his name, I didn't know him. I addressed it Dear Precious Angel, and we've called him Precious Angel ever since. And from him receiving that first card, he nicknamed her Little Angel, and today the angels met.
And now, without further ado, I'd like you to meet Ed and Karen Schlest.
It was after hearing a heartbreaking story of a leukemia sufferer and how difficult it is to get a matching donor that Ed Celeste decided to enter the donor program. It takes a special human being to come forward to be tested, to undergo counseling, have a medical exam history taken, and to say yes.
I consider finding a donor a miracle in itself. Just the statistics and the odds are so far against you to find somebody who has that close of a match.
For all of us to give a little bit, we can make those miracles happen. You know, without him, Kelsey wouldn't be here. So she's a miracle. It's a miracle.
For Ed and his wife Karen, meeting Kelsey was all the more special because they don't have children of their own.
We're getting a little lost for words. It's a bit overwhelming. This is the first we met. We've been communicating anonymously by letters.
Kelsey's sudden fondness for Chinese food led to some strange speculation.
She has some of my marrow and some of my blood now. I guess she has some of my likes and dislikes.
I've done this for 4 years. This is the first time I've ever seen the donor and the recipient, and I'll tell you, it just puts everything in perspective. I'm glad that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's a miracle. It's an absolute miracle.
Miracles like these are only possible with foundations like the National Marrow Program and the dedication of people like Dr. Mitchell Caro and his devoted medical team. The road to recovery is still long for Kelsey. But now she's at least able to go home and do the things ordinary kids do.
I like to play with my dog at home.
Before Kelsey's relapse, she was on her school swimming team and she broke the record for her age group.
When I relapsed and came back into the hospital, somebody broke my record, and my mom said to me one day, Kelsey's coming back to break the record back.
And the man who's made this all possible stands as a brave man today.
Words can't express it. He has given my child another chance at life. He's given us another year to make memories, to experience everyday experiences that, a normal family or a normal child.
He's truly another gift from God besides my daughter.
That is the billion-dollar question. Preserving your memories. There are about 10 people now working on my archives. When I come back, they'll pull me out of the frosty freeze and they'll thaw me out. I've got it so set up that my memories will be there.
The world of science fiction and fantasy is filled with tales of people returning from the grave. Our story is not so much a tale about Frankenstein or mad scientists, but about people who have made a decision that upon death they wish to undergo cryonic suspension with the hope of one day being revived.
Does the soul exist? Is there such a thing as reincarnation? Or when we die, do we simply cease to exist? Whether a viable solution or a desperate hope, cryonics offers a possible reprieve from death. The first question, what is cryonics?
Cryonics means taking people who have been labeled as dead by today's medical criteria and placing them in a circumstance where they won't change very further in liquid nitrogen at 320 below zero, holding them there until they can be looked at by doctors of the future who might, using different criteria, decide they're alive and repairable. The whole point of cryonics is not love of being frozen, it's love of staying alive.
People from all walks of life have expressed an interest in cryonics. Among the more famous is the noted 1960s activist and proponent of cyberculture, Dr. Timothy Leary. Timothy Leary first came to prominence in the early 1960s as a professor at Harvard who advocated the use of hallucinogenic drugs as a means to self-enlightenment. Leary was also involved in the civil rights and the peace movement. Timothy, why at this point in your life are you considering cryonics? Why are we sitting here talking today?
Because I found out in January that I had a cancer, which is spreading through my body. So my days and nights and weeks and years are numbered. Cryonics is the only one right now. It's very primitive. It's extremely experimental. I don't think I will be brought back, but I'm going to do everything in my power using the science that's available to study this issue so that in the future, maybe my grandchildren will have this option.
There are at least two options that Alcor offers. One is whole body suspension, where the entire body is frozen. That's a minimum of $120,000, most of which is actually invested so that the patient can be cared for an indefinite period of time. We also have another option called neurosuspension, where only the person's head is frozen, or very occasionally the person's brain. And the reasoning behind this is who we are is in our brain.
Now, are you planning on undergoing full body suspension?
I don't know. I probably will have a brain frozen. I left my body kind of drift. I look like Gandhi now. The full body, it costs a lot more, and I don't want to be in a position where my grandchildren are not having money to go to school because they get granddad is up there with his whole body being pickled. I mean, that's not dignified, so I think I'll probably go in the brain.
Dr. Timothy Leary has always led an unconventional life, and his views on dying are no less controversial.
I'm not afraid of dying. In fact, I'm looking forward because there's a process. When your heart stops and your brain stops, there's a period of 2 to 15 minutes. This is the unknown territory. What happens when your brain is up there with 120 billion neurons slapping around without the bothering of the body and all that? The Buddhists and the Hindus have said for centuries the dying process is something that should be studied and to decide how and when.
While cryonics offers us hope, the scientific feasibility is not so simple.
We don't want to have people that look like us in the future. We want to have us there. We do know already that we can freeze sperm and corneas and heart valves and skin and many other human organs, including frozen embryos, fertilized embryos for in vitro fertilization. And these work just fine at that temperature. So at least there's a proof of principle there. We don't know yet how memories are formed in the brain. So we cannot go in and freeze a brain, thought, and examine it and see if the memories are still there. Even in very elementary animals, we can't do that. That should be solved in the next 10 years, though. Scientists are getting very close to understanding that. And then we can really begin to make progress because we can know where the identity of that person is.
That is the billion-dollar question. You see, no one's ever talked about before, preserving your memories. I have over 1,000 cardboard cartons, which have every piece of paper that has any personal reference to me. There are about 10 people now working on my archives. These are my memories. And once they get on the computer, you see, then you can order them and you can punch up what happened in July 4th. When I come back, it's going to be fascinating. They're going to have to, it's very delicate, you can imagine. They'll pull me out of the frosty freeze and they'll thaw me out. And I'll probably be looking at 3 doctors with clipboards, right? I hope not, but I've got it so set up that my memories will be there and I can retrace my life. It's going to be on a computer.
So do you think you'll retain your same personality?
My personality is I am an adventurous philosopher. I'm a dissonant philosopher. It's an ancient tradition, Socrates all the way up. I hope that I will maintain the attitude of curiosity and a trusted belief in human nature and above all, humanism, to empower the individual to do it yourself with ends. I hope I keep that. I'll have instruction. If I come back a Republican, turn me back off, okay? Plug in. Turn on, tune in, and plug in or something.
Eric Drexler, in his book Engines of Creation, discusses how future development of nanotechnology can reverse the severe cellular damage caused by low-temperature freezing.
We think that a lot of repair in the future may be done by using nanotechnology, which is the next step smaller than microtechnology. It means building machines at molecular size, which could actually go inside cells and do repairs, much like the machines inside our cells already do, but these will be programmed to do more things.
Okay, will you show me the procedure? If I came in here, what would happen to me?
As soon as a patient has been declared dead, they're placed inside this mobile rescue cart. We pack them in ice, add water, start circulating it to cool the patient as quickly as possible. We also add a number of different medications to protect the brain, and to circulate these medications, we use this heart-lung resuscitator, which is basically a mechanical CPR machine, and this keeps the blood flowing and gets the medications to the brain. Once we're back here in Scottsdale with the patient, we place the patient on the operating table, still packed in ice, we want to keep it very cold, and we do heart bypass surgery to connect the patient's circulatory system to this set of pumps. This is a bypass machine just like used in regular hospitals. The object here is to replace up to 70% of the water in the patient's body with a chemical called glycerol, same thing as glycerin. The nice thing about glycerol is when it freezes, it does not expand like water does, and it tends not to form crystals. It vitrifies like window glass. So this protects the patient's cells from most of the freezing damage that would otherwise occur. In this tank, the patient will be cooled down to the temperature of dry ice. The patient, wrapped in plastic, will be lowered into this oil. This oil is made of silicone. It will be pre-cooled to about 10 degrees below freezing. Once the patient is at dry ice temperature, minus 110, we pull the patient out, wrap them in a sleeping bag for padding, and then strap them into this aluminum pod for physical protection. They're strapped here, head down, and the top is placed on them. The pod is lifted up in the air with a hoist, and we slide it into a dewar, a large stainless steel container for the cool down to minus 320 Fahrenheit in liquid nitrogen.
Is there a soul? And does cryonics validate or reject the idea of reincarnation or a divine afterlife?
Now, I don't belong to any religion. I would call myself a high-tech Buddhist or a scientific Buddhist. The Buddhists knew that if you turn off your mind, then you're open to all sorts of visions which come from your brain. I found Buddhism and Confucianism to be very hopeful and humanistic. Now, when they talk about reincarnation, they're talking about reincarnation of the soul. And I'm talking about reincarnation of the brain. I think that most of the very sophisticated Buddhists would approve of what I'm doing. If they don't, well, I'm not going to worry about it.
Beyond the question of scientific feasibility, cryonics also raises philosophical questions, such as, will society continue to advance? And will future generations want to revive a backward people into an already overpopulated planet?
No, I don't want to come back. Here I am. Oh, God, the world is filled with unwanted children. The last thing we want are more old people spending all these resources when there are hundreds of millions of infants being born, unwanted, unplanned, unprepared for. It raises basic questions about human dignity and the human soul and spirit.
How would you adapt to a society where your knowledge and skills are basically outdated when you come out of this sleep state?
I love that question. I've been stuck with the situation where my ideas are ahead. And the most dangerous thing to be is 10 or 20 years ahead of your time. 40 years, they look like, oh yeah, but see, Galileo was busted, and the history of people with really good ideas after they're dead, really. So now, I hope to come back totally bewildered. What a thrill. The last thing in the world I want is to go back to a world like this.
I will have to learn new skills, learn a lot of knowledge about the science of the future, but that doesn't concern me.
The people that run the cryonics institutes, they're our kind of people. They're very intelligent, they're imaginative, they're utopian. I think it's the most exciting area of science. And it's so simple. When the time comes, I'll just press the button, stopping all of the life preservation techniques, and it's going to be quite painless. I don't want pain, I don't want helplessness, I don't want to die with indignity. I've tried to live a life of activity, and I don't want to have wheeled around having my diapers changed. Bottom line there.
Obviously, we can't guarantee the future. We can't guarantee this is going to work, but you don't start a project assuming it's going to fail. This might work. The difference between might and won't is infinite.
This is a gamble. I personally would say the chances are 1,000 to 1 or 10,000 to 1 against my coming back. I'm not worried about that. I want to live and die in the best fashion possible. I don't care at all. I'm doing my best to be an explorer for the human race. You learn from my mistakes, and that's what science is all about. I'll probably goof up, and they'll forget to put the plug in. It's all right. People will learn. Plug in. Turn on, tune in, and plug in or something. Ha, ha, ha. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, one last thing. If you really do come back, is there anything you're really anxious to do again?
Well, basic to me now, I think to most human beings, are family. And I'm a great-grandfather. I was a grandfather, now I'm a great-grandfather. I want to come back and see my children. I'm looking forward to.
That's our show for today. Before closing, a final note. With all the grief and turmoil in our world so graphically exploited, it is indeed a pleasure to recognize and applaud the kindnesses of humanity that still prevail.
Crispity, crunchity, crackly. Stays crunchy in milk. Stays crunchy in my VCR. Ooh, what are we listening to? Is that some raw pink noise? Not quite white noise. I think that's pink noise. Here, I'll stop screwing around. Okay. Just my hands are kind of full. I'm not screwing around. My hands are kind of full. And I can still hear that. Okay, finally it stopped. Whew. me close my copy of the VLC right here. Isn't that a tranquil, like, background? Here, let me bring that back just for a second, okay? I just want to say, like, the whole topic of what? Like, death, afterlife, all that crap. Like, isn't that a lovely, peaceful little background that I picked? It's almost like pastoral, if you will, you know? That's not like the accurate date. It was not made on the 1st of January. That would have been a good resolution to fulfill, though. You know, alright, I'm going to digitize every video I own on January 1st. Like, wow, what a triumphant fucking resolution for anyone. Especially a video geek with way too much analog media, right? Okay, there we go. I'm still getting accustomed to having the 3 monitor like type setup. You know what I mean? Uh-oh. Oh no, I'm running out of hard drive space. I wonder if this is still recording. Oh crap, I only got 2 gigabytes free? Oh crap. What am I gonna do? I gotta offload some crap real quick. Oh, this ought to free up like 10 gigabytes. Alright, I'm gonna start offloading this right now. Where's that one drive? I think it is drive J? No, not drive J. Drive H? Yeah, it's drive H. Okay. That's what we do. Oops. Not go up a level, go back a page. There we go. Drag it to drive H. And then I can record some more video. Because this is some good shit, right? Like I'm sharing my life with you. That's a pretty... I'm letting you into my house. And in return, you are reciprocating by letting me into your device. Which might be in your house. So I thank you for showing me that respect. Letting me in. As I am as well letting you in. What was up with that crazy video, right? What the fuck? Oh, that is some... You know what? I think that is one of the most rational and well-made videos that I've ever purchased. Especially from a drugstore, like, sale bin. But, no, I was very impressed by that production back in the day. You know what I mean? I was, and I still am. I still am very impressed. Yeah, this is what I've been, I got a pile of fucking discs that I'm trying to keep organized and sort. And, that's why I'm not really directing the show as well as I should be. Or whatever. But I'm almost done. Almost. But yeah, that production I thought was really, it's downright heartwarming if you think about it. Starting with that little girl, goddamn, man. That poor kid. I mean, that is just you know, growing up, I had a fraction of the kind of struggle that you go through when you have, like, a cancer type situation or what have you. Like, just having a bad hip, the mitosis of my hip was like, oh, that was bad enough, man. But all these kids, man, they're the real heroes, if you ask me. You know what I mean? Yes, we need more valiant, you know, superhero type people in the world that are willing to stand up for what they believe in, willing to fight if necessary, hopefully with their words before their guns, but whatever, man. Like, you know, we need more heroes in the world, absolutely. And not just virtual heroes, but maybe like some IRL ones too. But like the struggles that those sick kids go through, man, that's about as epic as any Greek hero. That's like some Odysseus shit, if you ask me. Just fucking managing to show up and get your treatments and live and not die. Like, that's some fucking hero shit right there. So yeah, I think it was a pretty well-made production. And, you know, think what you want about Dr. Timothy Leary. Like, I don't know if you're like some hardcore Republican and you're like, fuck that guy. That fucking wastoid. He's nobody. And I'm sorry that you might feel that way. You Nazi fascist. I'm just joking. You know I don't use those slurs on Republicans. I'm not a hater. Some of my best friends are Republicans. Well, I don't know if I'd say best friends, but I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, you guys. Come on now. If it wasn't for polar opposites, we wouldn't have the yin-yang symbol, right? Like Republicans are to Democrats what the yang is to the yin, or is it the yin to the yang? You know what? Regardless of which one is the dark side and the light side of the force, I will let you figure that out. Me, I'm going to figure out my video collection. While making this video, I'm nowhere near close to being done. But I can tell you this much already. I am prepared to make numerous archive.org uploads pertaining to my awesome productions, which basically, like, show you my life. Like, starting with video games and more. When I was a kitty, when I was this tall, and then shortly thereafter that, we took on to the road with our musical instruments and our good looks and our bad attitudes and our desire for free speech and our radical hairdos and all of our fans, of course, lots of fans. All over the microphone. Thought I had this mounted on my briefcase. There we go. That's better. Okay. So, yeah, man. All these episodes of ZTTF Home Movies, this is going to look way better on the Internet Archive than it currently does on YouTube. Like, I've left it on YouTube out of laziness, basically, because, like, that was a lot of work, getting all those little clips. Think about it. Think about it, folks. I basically built my YouTube channel, JJ Styles Rocks. I basically built it using these ZTTF home movie episodes because at that time period, they were the longest videos that I had ever tried to upload to my account ever on my channel. Like, normally my videos were like little clips of like shit that I did downtown, like checking out bands and like, you know, typical YouTube fare. Is that the right word? Fare? Anyways, YouTube fodder. I don't know. Like, these were like an hour, like 58 minutes, I think, technically. So yeah, hour-long episodes, like back to back to back to back, like 13 or 14, like, I don't know, I lose count. But the point is, at the time, YouTube didn't let me upload anything longer than an hour. That was like some kind of limit that they had. I don't know if it was to preserve hard drive space or bandwidth, or maybe just make you earn your place in the YouTube community, if you will. Like, whatever. You know, I just chopped it up into like 6 10-minute blocks and just kept uploading those until finally they gave me the privilege, the fucking privilege, and I feel so privileged. Oh yes, I'm making so much money now after my years of dedication. Yeah, fucking right. I digress. I got my fucking account, I got my channel started basically with these and gaining the right to get an hour-long upload. Bravo! Wonderful story, JJ. Really good history. Real exciting shit. Anyways, whatever. Fuck you, man. It's my life, not your life, and it's their life, and And who is they? Man, you know, I still think about this band all the time, and just to prove it, I just have this laying here. I didn't go fetch this out of a drawer and, like, put it here. Like, this isn't some, like, random decision from out in left field to put this shit on the Internet Archive. Like, I think about this band, and I'm trying to figure out how to commemorate the 20-year anniversary of that tragic shit that happened. You know, the fact of the matter, folks, is Arizona was recently ranked one of the worst states, like one of the worst places in the United States of America in which to, like, your likelihood of having a deadly accident in Arizona ever since this little thing they did in 2020, this study, right? It's basically, it's practically a guarantee that you might actually, like, 1 in 100 people in this one area, or wait a second, I think it was like 1 in 100,000. A lot of the traffic accidents that occur in Arizona are deadly. It's fucking deadly, man. And you know, granted, the deadly accident that my band went through, God only knows how it happened. I was asleep in the back, but yeah, probably would saved me. But the thing is, folks, is like you know, that was in New Mexico. That wasn't technically in Arizona. But I'm like a lifelong Arizonan, like, native type person. Like, I even have, like, the family roots back before it was a state and crap. And, like, I'd like to acknowledge this traffic problem, like, or not necessarily traffic, but, like, deadly accident problem. I'd like to acknowledge it in, like, a thoughtful and, like, not like a post-apocalyptic way, like, it's the end of the world, we're all gonna die from a traffic accident. It's like, no, it don't really have to be that way, okay? It's not like that. It's just like, we gotta be a little more careful, and that is really up to the drivers. You know, I don't know what it is about Arizona. Maybe it's the fact it's so beautiful here. And you don't really want to look at the road when you're driving. You want to look at the beautiful mountains and the trees and the cactus and the wildlife and, like, the clear blue skies and the amazing rock formations. And, like, even when you're in an urban area, you know, there's some pretty cool shit to look at there too. So maybe that's the problem, is we're just too awesome for our own good, like here in Arizona. Like, I don't know, but I'd like to, like, remind people to please use caution and safety and, like, you know, pay attention to the road and shit. I think I'm the perfect person to do it. Like, my band was in a bad accident, and even when I was a little kid, I was a poster child for seatbelts. If you can believe that. Yeah, I know, it's gotta be fate, right? It's a little too ironic to be anything else. I'll probably show you that poster come around July or something. We're celebrating this this tragedy. Good times, good times. Let's celebrate tragedy. It's like a 9/11 party, right? Hey everybody, I'm having a September 11th party. Come over and get bombed. Yeah, we're gonna be wasted, man. Fuck yeah. That's the way we do it in America. See people? I've been keeping busy. And thinking about the band. Like, look at all those little cartoon cutouts, man. Like, I'm gonna do something awesome with this shit, alright? Like, you don't even have any idea, man. Like, how fucking cool. Like, this right here could be like the little banner at the top, you know? Like that's fucking awesome, right? Yeah, that's me. Like you couldn't tell, right? Oh, man. Oh, and look at this one. I'm trying to get tricky. I'm, like, blacking out the band, trying to make them, like, trying to see what stands out in, like, you know, the scenery in the background and stuff. This is, like, one of the few, you know, cartoon fun things. This is the most Monty Python thing I can... Like, this album cover lets me do Monty Python stuff. None of the other ones really do. So that's why I'm kind of focused on this one. made by Dana, who reached out to me on I almost said MySpace, on Facebook like a year or two ago. I'm glad to see that she was living a good life, like with a good spouse, and like still her awesome self. So I'm not very good at maintaining friendships, but I'm more like an IRL party animal as opposed to like, some kind of timeline updater. But I am gonna update my fucking Twitter timeline as soon as I get this shit uploaded. It's gonna be badass, alright? I guarantee. Like as if I've let you down so far. Like just hours and hours and hours of video games and more in Video Virus. What more could you ask for? Hey, how about some ZTTF home movies? Gee, I wonder what else Zot has in store for us. Is it only going to be ZTTF? Who knows, man? Maybe I'll get, like, in a car accident and die tomorrow. Like, I live in Arizona. It could happen. Fucking sucks, man. If you don't know what I'm talking about, like, just look it up. Just look up I-10, US 93, Deadly. Like you'll see what I'm talking about. It's probably gonna raise insurance rates. My car's been broke for like 4 months, 5 months. Like I'm almost like wondering, is this fate saving my life or something, keeping me off the road? I don't know, man. I mean, I just don't know. It kind of sucks. I kind of miss my ride. But I'm scootering around the neighborhood okay, and fucking I got friends that still come over and take me out places, and not really much of an Uber user, but what else? I don't know, man. Just what an inspiration was that, like, cryonics crap. Like, I don't know what you might think of I don't know what you might think of Dr. Timothy Leary and his viewpoints and ideas and his contributions to humanity, if you will. But I gotta tell you, I kind of grew up with people like that my entire life. Like, these hippie generation mutants. These like kind of super smart, hyper intelligent, hippie burnout types. You know what I mean? And I mean, there's nothing too burnt out about Dr. Leary aside from the cancer that he was filled with when that was made or whatever. But what am I trying to say exactly? I just feel real comfortable and at home listening to a person like that. Some kind of sketched out, skitsy, kind of super intelligent motherfucker with far out ideas. Like, my father was a lot like that on his good days. And Charles Manson is not a lot like that, but at the same time, he's kind of like what a burnt out, sketchy hippie dude is like on their worst days, if you know what I mean. So it's like, in the pastoral, you've got Dr. Timothy Leary, one of the greatest minds and contributors to humanity that we'd seen in hundreds of years, thousands, okay, hundreds, yeah. And then you've, on the flip side, on the bipolar side of that spectrum, you've got people like Charlie Manson, who, people like to say that Charles Manson is like an average intelligence human with an opportunistic, dangerous, and controlling manipulative streak, a pathological sociopathic streak. And maybe they're right. I don't think that, like, Charles Manson is necessarily book smarts, which kind of plays into a lot of the whole IQ, intelligence, it's like, are you intuitive or are you knowledgeable? Are you street smart? Are you book smart? Are you a quick learner or are you more like a perfectionist? Like, there's a lot of different, are you a Rain Man? Are you a savant? Or are you just an idiot? Well, there you go. That's you can answer those questions for me. I was just trying to say, yeah, I'd probably even feel at home with Charlie's Manson. Charlie's. Yeah, I was probably thinking of Charlie's Theron. Because who wants to think about Charlie Manson? Yeah. As long as there were bars between us, like as long as I was on the other side of the bars, I could probably feel at home hanging out with Charlie, reciting his poetry or whatever crazy rantings of a lunatic madman he has to offer. But yeah, I think I'd rather just be by myself and watching my videos, talking to you, telling you what it's like. It's pretty, it's got its ups and downs, I'll tell you. And what is it? It's it. What is it? It's it. What is it? Indeed. That's a good question that you're asking. What is it? I'd be asking that question myself if I were in your shoes. What the fuck is it? What is this? What is that? Well, yes, all valid. You know, I can't find this fucking, I'm going to find it, trust me. Trust me! I know where to look, alright, people? But I do have this Video Virus 39 episode sitting right here. I could throw that in. But I already told you that I'm going to upload that. So, I want to go back on my word now and play it, you know, like, now? No, JJ, no. No, but, oh, what is this? I don't even think this is on YouTube. I mean, I think this is on YouTube. I think this is on YouTube. I don't think this is on YouTube. I think if you've ever heard me talk about the accident, this tragedy thing, you've heard me probably say if it wasn't for pro wrestling, I probably would have died because like I kind of tucked and rolled, and I learned how to do that in pro wrestling, amateur, strictly amateur pro wrestling. And what the fuck, man? This was a particularly lousy episode, a particularly lousy event. But the thing that makes it special is I think Dan Severn was there, the Beast, and that was a pretty big deal. So this might actually be funny because it's so like it's so. It looks like we're wrestling at a public park. We're literally like in a grass field, like at a water park, and it's pretty bad. I think I'm just gonna play it, and it's not even edited. This is the raw footage. God only knows what's gonna be on here, but probably not much. Probably just some wrestling of probably like a backyard wrestling league caliber and quality. Should be fantastic, right? Like I say, I don't think this one's on YouTube. You know what I mean? Not on YouTube, folks. RCW at the Breakers Water Park. Nice one. Pretty good, man. Pretty good. And yeah, I'll get back to work looking for that. Ultimately, this is going to be like, I'm going to upload every underground music videos that I ever made, as well as the ZTTF home movies, okay? But this episode of whatever you want to call this, it's not a stream, it's just JJ's videos, and JJ's home videos, and it's going to be like an introduction to underground music videos, just so you can know what I'm going to be uploading, okay? This is like a potpourri. Yeah, JJ's videos. It's a potpourri episode. You know, potpourri, it's kind of like saying a potluck, like a swap meet, like a bunch of random shit. Like on Jeopardy, when they had a potpourri category, it usually was like Just a bunch of random shit that didn't pertain to each other in any there's no order, there's no streak, there's no commonality. It's just like some random shit that kicks ass. And the only commonality that the potpourri on Jeopardy had was that it was on Jeopardy. And the only commonality that these videos have is that I'm showing them to you. So, there you go. You lucky animals, you lucky animals. I wish I was like you watching these videos for the first time. Now that would be killer. I'm telling you. Yeah. Good material. Oh, alright. I forgot. I gotta do the right click thingy. I can do that. I can do that. I got this. I got this. I got this. Oh, you are the one to abuse. You are the one to abuse. Yeah. Abuse your mind a little bit. Hang out with JJ Styles and his home movies. Don't be afraid to abuse your mind. Everybody's mind needs a little abuse from every now and then. Right? At least that's what my old man told me. I'm just kidding. Oh shit. And I guess I should say now, without further ado, some professional wrestling home movies. Yeah, man. With Dan the Beast Severn, of all people, participating in this hour-and-a-half production of the RCW Rage in the Cage Wrestling League.
Come meet Dan the Beast Severn from the Ultimate Fighting Championships. The Rage in the Cage Wrestling Show is about to begin. Come see body slams. Come see the wrestlers. Get it on. And meet Dan the Beast Severn from the Ultimate Fighting Championships. Wrestling show is about to begin. T-shirts, prizes, and meet UFC champion Dan the Beast Severn. Come on down, win some shirts, free prizes from KFMA radio station. Meet Dan Beast Severn. And I cannot stress it enough. Come on down. Come on down by the way pool. Rage in the Cage. You got all day to swim, but only an hour to see free wrestling. Rage in the Cage Wrestling. And let's get the city started with an interview with the Insane World Order.
Wow. Can you just look at the detail in that image? Like the clarity. That's got to be a high resolution camera, right? I mean, that's the microphone I'm talking into right now. It's a pretty decent model, I guess. Like a whatchamacallit, a blue. Uh-oh, it's out of focus. Yeah, I better fix that. Let's see, hold on. I got this. Let's see if I can focus that. Don't shake, Jay. Why are you so shaky? Are you nervous? God damn it, I had perfect focus. That's pretty good. If I wasn't shaking like a fucking leaf. Don't cry for me, Argentina, okay? I have neurosystem problems. Caused by really fucked up chemical imbalances that doctors did to me. Trying to improve the quality of my life, which they actually did. Damn, I could use a shave. The last time I was gonna make a video, I was fresh out of the shower, all shaved up. Oh no. Oh, look at those razor bumps. You can tell I was shaving with vigorous activity. Though I normally don't get those. I was shaving in the shower. Wasting water. Yeah, what am I doing? Why am I screwing around with this fucking camera, right? It's probably like, I don't know, if you've been watching the video, and again, sorry for the interruptions. Yeah, let me shrink that window. I'm getting a little self-conscious here. Sorry about all the interruptions and stuff. Like, it wasn't supposed to be like that, yo. It never should have gone down like that, alright? It just should have played the video, no interruption free, and then, like, you know, we could talk about it or whatever. I'd probably talk about it, and then you could go to a chat room somewhere and talk about it with some rando stranger. I don't know. Some rando. Could look at that. But yeah, if you were watching, then you know that my fucking camera was like, my camera was broken. I was unable to focus, which it's normally something, a description I would use for myself, not my camera, right? I mean, like, seriously, people, look at me. Do I look like I can focus? Like a laser beam? It's just, it depends on what I get to focus on. Okay, I can only focus on shit that I give a shit about, which usually doesn't involve much of anything, except for shit like this. I can focus on shit like this. I got this job done like lickety-split. Snap doggy. See those green LEDs? That's the reason why the Xbox Live Cam, you know, has a glowing ring, much like the console. Supposedly that glowing ring has a metaphorical and poetic, inspirational, like, message behind it. You know, that ring is supposed to, like, represent the circle of life, okay? And, like, that circle is supposed to represent, like, every video game that we play and our shared experiences, and it links us together. Much like a circle is infinitely linked. It never breaks. The circle is just a circle. So we are all linked by our shared experiences from the games that we play on an Xbox, right? That was their little take on that little design. Which, I mean, a ring, that's a pretty simple shape. Yeah. And that occurs in nature. Whether we're talking about the oval-shaped rings of Saturn that are actually not connected at all. It's a bunch of little individual particulates. I think they had a more specific term in Astronomy 101. They were called what do you call space dirt? I forget. But yeah, a bunch of individual little pieces of space dirt that all kind of like combine to give the illusion of a ring, an unbroken ring. And then there's like a Hadron Collider. If you don't know what that is, you can watch The Flash. He's so fast, he can like run around in one of those things and like transcend our dimension. It's crazy. All right. I'm so, as I said, I'm so sorry about the fucking interruption. I told you I'm an independent media guy. Okay, and it's true. I'm like, oh, sorry about that. I didn't realize where that was pointing. I'm gonna try to you know, get my act together and try to like do take two, if you will. Okay. So yeah, I ran out of hard drive space. That's something that happens to us independent types every once in a while. Okay. And yeah, I freed up some hard drive space, so I guess I'll continue the video. I kind of just want to upload it now, though, because, like, you already got to see the best part. Oh, yeah. Don't get me wrong, Dan the Beast Severin is, like, a very dangerous individual. I'd never want to step into a squared circle with that man. He is a beast. The Beast, actually. And there you heard Section 8 all calling him Beast. It's not Beast, it's the Beast, dude. Come on. Crazy son of a bitch. In his fucking insane asylum scrubs. Yeah, he was not trying to look like a doctor or a nurse. No, he was just trying to look like another random insane asylum attendant. You know, or not attendant. Those are the people that attend to the patients. He was trying to look like another insane asylum patient. That's right. So, exploiting the suffering of the ill for his sick, perverse, and twisted capitalist? Maybe. Just his sick desire for attention and fame and pro wrestling notoriety. And I guess he did get it. I mean, Section 8 was listed on the top 500 wrestlers list, like, at least once or twice, or I don't know. Something like that. So. I don't know. I'll think about it. Am I going to play it? I don't have my underground music. I spent too much time fixing this, which maybe, I'll bet any actual nerds watching this might appreciate this. Like, you know, I'm so old school, right? I looked around for screws. So I immediately took the screws out of the base plate. Because, like, what else was I going to do? They were the only exposed screws I could find, right? So quickly I could tell that wasn't going to lead to profit. Success and profit. No. I was going to have to use a spudger. A goddamn... Back in the day, if you made a tutorial video on how to fix a camera, you'd probably start by taking out the screws. That's the old school method. These days, you're probably going to talk about getting your damn spudger and prying the little plastic bits apart. Which, by the way, I suck at. I basically break my plastic housing every time. Like, without fail. And that's why I think this is kind of funny, and I'm sharing it with you. You see these two little screws? Like that one right there? Okay? I'll try and get the camera to focus. See, like, there's one screw right there, and then there's another one right there, right? Goddamn light. Here, I'll fix that. Maybe, no, stay off. I know I was rapidly button mashing, but, oh, wow, that didn't help at all. Jeez. That's awkward. Alright, dim the lighting. There we go. Okay, so now, yeah, I think you can see where my thumb is right there. There's like a little, basically those little brassy colored rings are screws. And of course, I couldn't get at them, you know, because this plate was totally in the way, right? This is the plate you normally see on the front of an Xbox Live cam, right? It's totally in the way. And like this wheel is what you usually turn to focus because it doesn't do an autofocus routine. Like, all it does is it has this wheel that grabs onto the front of, like, a real, you know, camera lens, like, situation with the iris and the whole 9 yards, you know? Like an old school camera, basically. Which is all that any of these new school cameras are, but they got all sorts of weird little motors and shit inside that, you know, autofocus and crap. So what's the deal, huh? What's the deal? Well, this isn't my first rodeo. I've taken apart cameras before. I know how to use a spudger. Okay, people, give me a fucking break here. I'm not the goddamn Avenger. Alright? And, essentially. But, like, for example, like, this little lens part right here, I know from experience that comes out if you unscrew it enough and can be replaced, and essentially works like a magnifying glass. This would be pretty trippy if it worked. Trying to use it like a magnifying glass. And I'm not doing a good job. Can you see my fingerprints yet? Alright, so, but yeah, and underneath that is like some computer trickery, some lenses, some CCDs, as they're called in the industry. I don't know. Yeah, man. So this part was locked up. It was screwed all the way down. I don't know how it ever made it that far. I've over-twisted it somehow, trying to focus on something that I never should have gotten that close to, I guess. Right? And yeah, so what about the screws and the rings? I think it's pretty funny because, yeah, this was in the way. I couldn't open it. Like, I couldn't get at those screws. So, naturally, I had to break them. Yeah, those are the little plastic posts that the screws are supposed to screw into. Yeah, I guess I could super glue those back on. I don't know. What's the fucking point? Like, how are you gonna do that? I guess there's a way to do this where you can get the plate, like you can actually remove the front plate and actually get access to the screws and like, but I'm sorry, when I pried this front plate off, it pried the board along with it, and that was the end of that. So, yeah, I love spudgers. Yeah, these little plastic housings, they're totally designed for abuse. Yeah, you are the one to abuse. Wasn't that fun? Isn't that really fun? I thought that was fun. Yeah, that's a fun little demonstration even. Okay. But yeah, I'll try to avoid ever over-tightening this ever again. I'm trying to put it back together right now so that way we can move on with our fucking lives. You know what I mean? Because, alright, the Xbox 360 logo is about right there. So obviously it goes like this. Okay, voila. Oh god, I suck at using spudgers. Oh man, this is so broken. Oh well, at least I'll be able to focus it now. Well, butterfingers! Ah! Okay, I got it. It's okay. Disaster avoided. Alright, people. I am not a klutz, okay? I'm the motherfucking Saki fucking Avenger, you motherfuckers. Show some respect, you bastards. Or I'll have to teach you a lesson the hard way. And you wouldn't like that. Unless you're like a 50 Shades of Grey fan, in which case you might just love it. Get medieval on your fucking ass. Swear to God, I'm about to go postal! Yeah. Okay, I got this back on. The housing. And of course, it's scarred to fuck. Never gonna be the same. Ever again. This camera doesn't focus for shit. I don't know, if you could see, this is like, oh my god. I'm gonna go postal. Just trying to have some fun here, demonstrating my uber geekery. Yeah, you totally can't tell the damage of like that the spudger did. Like, right here. Oh, there you go. At that angle, yeah, it looks like a dog got a hold of it. Motherfuckers. I'm gonna go postal. I got it snapped back together now. I think I need a pain pill. I'm acting erratic as fuck. It usually means I'm starting to get the sickness. Are you down with the sickness? I'm not. I'm not at all. It's actually aggravating and a frustrating way to live. I'd much prefer a fentanyl patch right now, which lasts for 72 hours. That's 72 hours of not even having to think about taking a pill, really. It's like you're not even a doper at that point. You're just, you have a patch on. So much easier. Alright, and more humane, more dignified. Don't have to think about your fucking dose. Oh, there, now, I knew it wasn't snapped in all the way. Excellent, excellent. Now, it's more like the way it's supposed to be. Except for all the screws that are missing out of the base, and this focus ring that I've yet to figure out how I'm going to get back on there. What is the deal with this thing, guys? Oh my god. It's so complicated. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll just, like, forego putting the focus ring back on, right? I mean, I do have a higher degree of control now. Like, ooh, I know why this happened. I know. Teacher, I know. Check this out. All right. So you see this, oh my god. I would rather be doing this with the Xbox Live camera because it focuses better. Like, what the fuck, man? Here, we'll do that. I'm going to use the one camera that I can actually, like, manually focus. Nice, right and proper, like an actual real-life videographer, not just like some virtual one. Yes, I always sit with my knees that tucked together because I am a lady, okay? I'm not just some floozy that you pick up at any old tramp station, okay? I'm a lady and I keep my knees together just like that. Always. Even when I'm having sex, okay? I know that's too much information, but I'm just trying to drive the fact home that I am a dignified lady, okay? All right. Oh, that was fun. Seems like civil rights could be a lot more fun if people loosened up. Doesn't have to be being oppressed doesn't have to be a drag, does it? I don't know. Hey man, you know, as far as I'm concerned, ever since that women's suffrage thing happened and they got the right to vote, you know, fuck it, man. There's no more rights to fight for, right? What's this feminism crap? It's just a fad. It's a scam. It's just a ploy. I don't know. I'm just joking around, you guys. I know I'm a human too. I know how important civil rights are. Hell, man, my people, the hackers, we barely came out of the closet like it's like last year or some shit, man. All this cyber warfare, fucking cyber terrorism. Somebody say virus? Did somebody say piracy? No, I didn't hear that. Okay. Yeah, all this cyber crap, like this was the kind of stuff that you talked about in hushed tones, if you even talked about it at all. So, yeah, I could use I don't know, man. Our hackers, we still got to fight for our civil rights too, huh? Because if we don't, the internet's gonna suck. It's gonna be hella lame. It'll be lame. 1,000 fucking points of lameness, man. I'm not kidding. Have you ever been on America Online? Have you ever been on CompuServe or Prodigy or Genie or that fourth one I can never remember? What the fuck was it called? Oh my god. It's on the tip of my tongue, I swear, man. It's like, I'm not just talking about the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I mean, literally, I know the name. I looked it up like last month, okay? Like, I never used the service, all right? I never got a chance to, but I knew it existed. It's called, like... Fuck, man. See, this is the importance of the hands-on experience, as some people would call it. Basically getting down and dirty and just, like, doing stuff, you know, in an effort to, like, get better at it or learn or whatever. And you're getting into the nitty-gritty of it all. Because without the hands-on experience, you might not even remember anything. Like, you could take an entire class on how to hypothetically do anything, and it's like if you'd never, like, actually touched that thing that you spent a whole semester learning about. Give me a fucking break. You might not have any applicable real knowledge at all, because you decided to forego the nitty-gritty part. Congratulations. Way to avoid lab work. Oh well. And there is our image. Awesome. Oh, hold on. I'm not lying. It's there. Where is it? I'll track her down. Don't you worry. I'll get her done. Yeah, I said that. Get her done. Get you done, son of a bitch. Motherfucker. Where are you? Where are you? Alright. I caramba. I'm gonna have to delete this device. Entry and re-add it because I lost track of yet another window. I'm so good at that. I lose track of windows like no tomorrow. Man. No doubt. Oh, come on, Windows. Don't be like that. It's telling me that this device is unavailable. Probably because it was never meant to actually interface with a computer. Okay? It's supposed to, like, only go with the Xbox and junk. Yeah, fine, I'll delete this. Fine. Yeah, this is real captivating programming, right? This is what it takes to make, you know, streams and, like, change history and crap, okay? This titillating programming I'm making for you is actually very useful if you want to follow in the same tradition and maybe even make money. Like, I'm not going to proclaim to act like I know about that. I do know a little bit about the content making, though. I got proof. You need to see it. It's called my 1996 Cable Casting Excellence Award for Programming and Excellence in Broadcasting. Yeah. Pretty proud of that. Kind of legitimizes my struggle. What struggle might that be? The struggle to be a geek in a world of non-geeks. It's not natural, people. Talk about an opportunity to get bullied, I tell you. Especially when you're this chubby. Oh my god. I still got a few pounds to go before I'm like super chubby like Zot was. But I digress. Alright, now we can see my fingerprints clearly. That's pretty good focus, right? So when you look at the inside of this ring, you can see that this snaggletooth, whoops, that snaggletooth motherfucker on the top, that is the blocker. That's the guy that keeps you from over-focusing. Oh, I dropped my camera. Damn it. Yeah, and now that snaggletooth is actually not even on the ring anymore. No, because I decided to remove it I didn't like being blocked. I hate security blocks. They're never meant for me. They're meant for the assholes, you know? The people that'll actually, like, fuck your security and delete your files and, like, eat up all your bandwidth and send personal messages to everybody on that system telling them that they smell bad and are stupid. You know, those kinds of fucking trolls. Yeah, they love hacking your security. Me, I'm usually the repair monkey assigned to fix your fucking shit, man. I shouldn't have to deal with the security blocks. Anyways, how did that little blocker work? That's a good question. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to demonstrate, because my other cameras don't focus as good as this one. Like, if you need to see inside my ear, we can see inside my goddamn ear. And we're gonna look. We're gonna take a peek in my ear, because I lost my laparoscopic, arthroscopic, whatever those cameras are called that let you see inside your fucking ear. And I had an accumulation of earwax. Really needed to be dealt with, and I had no clue. Alright, I think everything's okay. What about this one, huh? How are we doing over here? Are we okay? Hello? Okay. I can't get it focused any better. It's tightened down as tight as it goes, okay? So, alright. Those are some very clean ear canals. Yay! Hooray for me. I can hear things and be unimpeded by earwax blockage. I'm so lucky. Oh, I'm very happy about that fact, actually. You know what a music geek I am. Alright. Shit, you guys. I'm just gonna try anyways. Maybe this will work, maybe it won't. I just want you to understand what this little exercise in hackery, fucking whatever, what this exercise took. Okay, here, I know one more trick to get the camera to focus really well. This is an HD camera, so if I just make the window huge, right, it should be able to zoom in and stay in focus, hypothetically. Sorry, I'm doing the best I can here. Okay. Which is pretty good. The best I can do is usually pretty good. Do you see this little thing? This little white thing right there? That little nub sticking out? Do you see that? Fuck. Do you? Do you see that little nub? You should. It's like right there, you guys. Yeah, that little nub was the co-conspirator to the evil plot that was preventing me from focusing. It had gotten so locked up on that, probably from me over cranking down on it, that like, oh my god, it wouldn't even budge. So that's how I solved my problems. The hands-on way. Kind of been that way. Fuck, man. I've never been the fortunate son, you could say. If I've ever had, a repairman come and fix my shit, that was a rare and fantastic experience, because that is not the way I usually get my shit fixed, okay? It's like I usually say DIY or die, because literally, if I don't do the DIY thing, I'm probably gonna die. No joke. I need my things, and without them I will die. I just know it. I just know it, people. I just know it. I'm gonna die. I'm scared to die. I want to be cryogenically frozen. It's never gonna happen because I'm so poor, and I can't get good life insurance because I'm perfect. I love this now. I can't get good life insurance because of the fucking opioids. And I'd kick them if I didn't have a broken back. And I'll bet in the future they're going to have a perfect procedure for fixing backs, broken spines, from terrible deadly accidents. I'm so You know, what did Dr. Timothy Leary say? That the most terrible and most dangerous thing is to be like 10 or 15 years ahead of your time. That's coming from Dr. Leary. Great. I told you guys I have bad luck. Always with the computers and the ahead of your time, blah, blah, blah. You motherfuckers know it's true. What else am I supposed to do, huh? Like, be happy about it? Be happy that my life is totally fucked up the ass with problems? And a lot of them stem from very simple accidents that we all go through. Like, not everyone, but a lot of people. Like, come on. I'm not even that unique, okay? I'm basically just like an enthusiastic young man. Or at least I was. And now I'm an enthusiastic old man. And what am I enthusiastic about? Basically music and video games. Yeah, and computers, I guess. Ultimately video games, but yeah, computers, you kind of need them to play the games, so naturally, I'm way too into computers. But no, I mean, like, I guess you could say I'm into, like, you know, nice tits, tight asses, shaved bush, like, or maybe you could say that, like, you know, maybe like a good tasty cocktail, you know, a very cold beer, you know, a skunky joint, some ethery powder, no, maybe some hallucinogenics that don't make your spine hurt, because I already got a bad one, and don't have any cow shit in them neither. Real basic rock and roll shit, plus computers and video games. Those were never traditionally rock and roll, if you will. All right, like Dr. Leary was talking about how he was one of the first people, you know, to like get on board with the whole concept of cyber culture, which that's like what they used to call normal life. Like these days we call it normal life. Back then it was called cyber culture. Okay? Yeah, it really helped when those smartphones happened. It kind of got everybody on board with that. Anyhow, where was I? Yeah, so, cyber culture. Wow. Totally lost my train of thought. Sorry. Fucking cyber culture, man. It makes me lose my focus. See? I'm not focused at all. I've got to regain my focus. It's better. So, where do we go from here? Clean up the environment? Educate the youth? And feed them while we're at it? No, Jay, in your fucking video, where do we go now? Are you just gonna keep talking about the good old days that weren't that good? I could. And then we had these cameras, they called them Polaroids. They just spit out, it was like a printer and a digital camera combined into one device, if you will. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what you know. I thought that maybe Polaroids were like an anomaly or something. I don't know. Forgive my fucking ass. I'm gonna stop the video. We've already had that happen a few times, and it wasn't the end of the world. How's my nose doing? Do I need to trim? I'm gonna show you something disturbing, I promise. If it's not in my ears, if it's not up my nose, I'll pull out my goddamn asshole and show you something disturbing. But at some point, you're gonna look into me, and it's gonna disturb you. And hopefully it's not just my mind. Because anybody that looks in there is gonna find some disturbing shit. But Possibly from video games. There's some pretty disturbing ones out there. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsor. Inhuman, no one's falling, no one's a shooting. So those that's pretty high. Ooh, what the fuck, man? Sorry about that black square. It's not a black hole. Black square. My bad. This is the jelly guy, right? He's like the guy that gets so jealous that they call him Jelly Roll. I'm just kidding. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna get my act together. That's a little portion of the collection. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was laying here like a slug, listening to music. Oh yeah, I was for upright and mobile for a moment, just like a yuppie, but no, now I'm back. That's what I call a full house right there. Oh, don't let your cards show, cowboy. I got my poker face.
And then offered to sell us tickets to numerous events.
I was on that phone call.
I love the hustle on that kid. We'll have Mario in studio again 2023. That's a guarantee. But first, it's 6:17. Now time for your morning moron. Let's do it. This morning moron is Florida Man.
I'm pretty stupid.
Florida Man friend. So yeah, we're jumping the gun on the Florida Man stories today because this one's a doozy. All right, there were two men in their 30s who were arrested in Florida last Thursday after they allegedly committed multiple burglaries. Right, around town, just stealing a bunch of stuff, as Florida men do. Now they were caught because their truck didn't have a license plate. Now, that's not good. If you're gonna try to ride around and commit multiple
steal a license plate
in a vehicle, you gotta make sure that vehicle is at least legit, so that way you can blend in.
Any crime, really, you want to make sure your tags are up to date too.
Right, and you can kind of get away with having a license plate on there with expired tags if they don't see that it's expired. I mean, as long as you look like you're legit, at a glance of an eye, you should be fine. But here's why they're in morning one. Not only did they not have a license plate, it just had a cardboard sign where the license plate should be that said stolen tag.
Ooh.
Yes, stolen tag.
Nice move, X-Lax.
The police say the pickup was spotted by witnesses outside several houses where the burglaries occurred. Specifically, people noticed the sign. In fact, actually, they wouldn't have really figured out which vehicle didn't look suspicious at all.
Yeah.
Until they noticed it was a vehicle that had stolen tag on it, and then when people walked by, they're like, well, that's odd. That isn't something for me to notice in the road.
Damn, son. Next time, get yourself some good
and
tag.
they're able to track down the truck and pull it over. It's pretty
That
easy,
ain't
actually.
gangsta.
Been a surveillance.
That ain't
we're going to
OG.
share the podcast broadcast when we play this clip later on. And we'll something like this. You'll be able to see here in these cops pull over the truck with the stolen tag. So they had to pull over there, and as you see them go up, there's a cardboard sign, and it says stolen tag. And they actually made the cardboard sign pretty big. Yeah. So you can see it.
That's pretty sad. And people say that idiocracy is science fiction, right? Science fiction, science fact. You tell me. I promise I'm not trying to waste your time or waste my hard drive space. I was just kind of curious what kind of awesome promo beef might throw together for a morning, like first thing in the fucking butt crack of the sun's not even up yet. What am I saying? It's just like not even morning. But I'm all calling in because he told me about Lisa Marie Presley, about how she's dead now. And like, I'll be honest, people, when I go on the internet, if I go on the internet and do the social media, I really try to avoid any reports of death, like, at all costs. Because when I got taken in by, the last one I got taken in by was the Whoopi Goldberg one. Like, I'm a Star Trek fan, okay? Like, that got to me. And I also kind of like Jumpin' Jack Flash, too, because of all the computer hacking. Well, it's just a movie, but hey, man, guess what? I liked it, and I didn't want to hear what I heard, and lo and behold, it was just like a Facebook ad. It wasn't even, like, real. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah, I prefer to get my news from, like, the news, like the radio or the TV. I'm just saying, people. It's not quite state-controlled or anything, but I mean, hell, capitalism, they're like our overlords, to that level, I mean, I don't know, man. I saw this Seth Rogen thing that people were laughing about. Is that his name, Seth Rogen? Yeah, I think so. You know the guy. He smokes a lot of weed, has a bald head, did Fear Factor. And, he was responding to a tweet that was apparently like an extension of sketch comedy. It was done by this kid, and like this kid was like, he did a sketch where he was in an electric chair or something like that. I haven't watched any of his work, but I put 2 and 2 together and come up with 15, so there you go. And Seth Rogen was, oh yeah, so the kid made a skit where he was like in the electric chair, so he posted a tweet on like New Year's Day saying like, or New Year's Eve saying like, this is so-and-so's mom, and the state put an end to his life for his despicable and reprehensible and unforgivable crimes against humanity, and blah blah blah. And like, there's like this whole fake backstory. And Seth Rogen, I guess, went on the air and like said, oh man, it really bummed me out. Like, he totally bought it hook, line, and sinker. And that dude's pretty corporate. He should probably hire some better fact checkers. I'm just saying. But yeah, hearing about the Lisa Marie Presley thing was pisses me off. It sounds like it didn't need to happen. And it's like we're living in an era. Well, just like what? Not even an era, a year. We're living in a 365-day year, or what? They made like a profitable Elvis movie, and I guess they made like a Michael Jackson movie, and she's like about the closest link to those two alive, and now she's dead, and nobody could have helped her. Like, apparently she went on the internet and was streaming and looked all wiped out and wasted. Like, which reminds me, I need another opioid. Son of a bitch. I meant to take one in that last video, and like, so yeah, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that, like, we live in a world, right? Our society is so broken and fucked up right now. Yes, we're making, progress in terms of, like, equality, all right? But the problem with equality is when you got a person like Lisa Marie Presley, who is kind of like, I don't know if you want to call her a national treasure or go anything as far as that, right? But I would definitely call her a fucking, a pretty big name, right? Like a celebrity, the daughter of a very important man, and like the ex-wife of another very important man. She's kind of like one of those people that must have been there for a lot of those unforgettable moments that we will never hear about, because she probably didn't share all of them. Knowledge longs to be free, does it not? All right. So yeah, I called up and I was basically going off. I was saying, hey, Beef, this is another manifestation of our broken society. Our internet that claims to be connecting the world in ways like never before, creating communities on the fly. But yeah, communities of little shitheads that'll block you any chance they get. Communities that are run by fascists that'll ban you at the first chance they get. It's so cliquey, and it's beyond high school. It's like high school on steroids, man. This fucking cliquey ass internet culture where not even Zot the Avenger, the guy that invented this fucking culture, I'm not even accepted, man. I'm accepted by like a rare few awesome people that keep it real. And the rest of the world's got their head up their ass. You know? Like, people say, oh, why is that JJ guy so fucked up? Why is he so weird? Is he racist? Is he sexist? Why does he use slurs? It's like, motherfucker, I got a damaged life, and it's a really, like, almost tragic story. It's basically tragic. So, what can I say? That's life. Them's the breaks, as they say. And I never even reached my full potential. Like, I think that's the most tragic thing about it, is right now, I'm in the process of still trying to reach my full potential. Because, I mean, like, I know winning the Cable Casting Award, you know, for broadcasting excellent. I can't even say it right, people. Give me a fucking break. I won it, though, and granted, that's not exactly the peak. That's not a peak. That is a stepping stone moment. It's supposed to be in the United States of America, where, like, you know, shit like that is supposed to lead to bigger and greater things, right? I've always said that one of the most tragic things you can ever witness is wasted potential in a human being. That's a pretty tragic thing to witness. And I'm becoming a tragedy before my own eyes. I can feel myself aging with all this stupid chemical imbalance of my medication situation. It's fucked up. But, like, hearing about Lisa Marie, at least I'm still alive. Damn, man. Way to turn your back on a part of history, right? It's definitely history now. It's like her old man and her old nan. Right? Anyhow, whatever. You know, I was ranting. I was just ranting. I'm pretty good at ranting. I was like, this is fucking cliquey internet culture will block you. Fucking, you know, everybody's focused on violence and money and competition. And there's no focus on community, except these little bullshit communities that don't even feel like communities. And I would know, okay? I grew up at a community. Hello. And then I went to a community college. And you know what? I was so disappointed because even though my community college was a community, it didn't feel as tight as my public access community did. That was a tight community right fucking there. And we weren't cliquey. Anyone could join. Anyone, and they weren't going to get banned or kicked out unless they really got in trouble, like unless they stole some shit, and even then they'd probably be forgiven, like, or maybe like, I don't know, that's some bad shit. Like, there was this couple, they were disabled. This guy was like, okay, his wife was in a wheelchair, and he'd push her around, like, help her get around. Didn't push her around, he helped her get around, okay? And, like, I guess they were homeless, and I guess some member of the community at our little station, I guess they said that they had lice, and that they don't want those people using the telephone anymore because they don't want to catch head lice from the studio community phone. You know, that everybody was allowed to make a 5-minute phone call using line 7. That's like the least they could provide for their members. They didn't want people hogging the phone all day. That's why they made it a 5-minute limit. Anyways. But they didn't get banned. They basically got told to take a shower. They basically said, if you're gonna use the phones, you gotta fucking clean up your ears. We were just looking at my earwax a second ago, and there was none. I'm sorry. I don't mean to disappoint. But, I have a house, you know, I'm basically indoors. I can take time to trim my nose hairs and, like, get the wax out my fucking ears. If I was homeless like those two, fuck, and they were, like, in their 60s, man. Could you imagine being, like, broken down? Chick's in a wheelchair, man. She's got, like, a bad leg or something, like, and they're still trying to do what they can. You know, they're not going to be down and out and just begging for spare change. They're at the TV studio trying to make programming and shot down because they smell bad. I don't even think they had lice. I think that person that filed the complaint, I think they, and I don't know who it was, but I got the lowdown from the front desk person. Like, that's where I always got the best gossip, you know. But the thing was that, you know, the phone would still smell like them after they used it, and yeah, that's just, some members get really grossed out over, like, they're real germaphobes, etc. You don't even have to be a germaphobe really to get grossed out by that, so whatever. But yeah, they concocted the lice story just to really bring the point home that it was a health hazard. Like, these days, you don't have to lie. Like, if you're bothered by something like a smell or a behavior, you know, you can actually say something about it, and you're not going to be accused of being a troublemaker. You're basically going to get accused of being, like, just another OCD type person, probably. Like Adrian Monk, right? Right? I don't know. You know that guy, the world's greatest detective, Adrian Monk? I don't make this shit up, people, okay? Well, he is a fictional character. He is made up, but I didn't make him up. Whoa, where am I going? Sorry, I'm not quite sure what I'm looking for. Oh, yeah, my cigarettes. Where the fuck are my cigarettes? God damn it. I gotta keep my fucking shit together. Hey, you know what? At least I found my underground music video DVDs. I'll bet that's better than anything else I was gonna do today. No, that's not true. I'm fucking cracking off miracles left and right, especially with the web hosting crap, man. It's all coming back to me. I'm just like, this is some good, fun shit, man. Talk about some Unix that you can really get your nose wet with, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm having such a good time. I'm even thinking of implementing a Windows box. I don't know why. I guess just because I could. I'm gonna have like a Linux box, a BSD box, maybe even a Windows box. Who knows? Anything's possible in this day and age, right? Seriously though. And people are gonna think I'm a crack-smoking crackhead that worships Satan or something because I'm using arcane, really old software, like 15-year-old stuff. But I'm comfortable with it. It's what I used to run my web host company operation with. And I can secure it, so don't you fucking worry. Don't you cry for me, Argentina. Alright? Oh shit, am I missing something? Okay.
Heroes are all guys. You're the hero. Yeah. No, Eric. You're the hero. Tell Powers what happened to you yesterday.
Oh, it was Wednesday. Wednesday afternoon, I ran into a burning house to save an elderly couple.
Yeah, that's what heroes do.
That's what heroes do.
Yes, and our listeners are heroes. So, Eric the Trash Guy, what was the scenario? Were you on your route, or is this when you were off work?
No, I was en route, and it's out here in 3 Points, and I was coming down Street Mountain Road. And as I'm getting to Scotland, you can smell the fire. I mean, you could smell it. And just as I go past the corner of Street Mountain, Scotland, you could just see the smoke coming out from the underneath the roof where the house meets the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another gentleman at the same time that saw it. So I, cranked on the brakes. I whipped the truck around. He pulled into the property before I did. I pulled in behind him. He saw the same thing. I jumped out the truck, he was out and said, I'm going to go make sure nobody saw him. I had my phone in my hand and said, okay, I'll call 911. I called 911, and after that, he said, there's people in the house. And I was like, oh, crap. So I went running up to the house. When I got there, Margie, the little old lady, these people are in their early 90s. He was just getting her out the door, and she's screaming about her husband, Red, who's inside, and he's on oxygen.
Oh, no. And that's explosive. Yeah.
And oxygen. Boom!
Yeah, so I look up, we get Margie down a couple of front stairs, and I go back to the door, and you can see the fire already starting to come through the ceiling into the house, and it's starting to fill up, and I can't see Red, but I can hear him in the back, and I'm looking at the ceiling going, this is stupid, I don't want to do this, and something inside me just said, go, so I took off running through the house.
Wow.
Found Red in kind of a back room off of the living room, got him off his oxygen. That was a little bit of a struggle. There was I told, I'm like, there's another way out. We can't get through the front. And there's a sliding glass door on the side, so once we made it through there, they're kind of like pack rats.
Yeah.
Once we made it through to the side door, the sliding glass door, got it open, all the smoke came out the house. I got Red out the door. The back porch, you walk out the sliding glass door, and about 4 or 5 feet to the left is their stairs that go down. As soon as we get over the stairs, well, of course, Margie, she's so confused, she started to come back up the stairs in the backyard looking for her husband.
Oh, no, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So did farm her back down to the ground?
Yeah, I was just say first, like, the other hero we knocked down, who didn't help. He's like, I don't know why I'll save the day.
No, I kind of gathered up Margie, Red, a little more mobile, so he was coming down, but as we're coming down the stairs, that's when the sliding glass door blew out. Wow. And I turned around and looked, and there's flames coming about 6-7 feet out of the door, where we just were not 15 seconds before.
Yeah, right.
Flames blowing out the door.
Now, I'll tell you this, Eric, and it's a fantastic story, and I'm glad you and everyone else are okay. Everyone else involved in the story are okay. And you claim not to be a hero, but why? Why was I imagining you as Kurt Russell and Backdraft this entire time? If you're no hero.
That's kind of what it felt like after all was said and done. I guess I wasn't scared. I've had 2 days to process this and talk to my wife about it. I wasn't scared when I was in the house. I was more worried about Red. I wasn't going to let this guy die if I could help it.
Right.
It wasn't until after we got out of the house and the rear door busted out and the flames were coming out, and that's when it hit me. That's when I got scared.
That's adrenaline. It's like 90, and Eric, the trash guy, he's such a hero. He's like, I'm not letting you die today. I'm going to wait for you to die natural causes 3 weeks from now.
Gotcha. There's no guarantee on the human lifespan, but there's no guarantee that you're gonna die. There's no guarantee you're gonna live. Like, it's like they say in Blade Runner, it's too bad she won't live. But then again, who does? Like, I've lived a fucking life, I tell you what, people. It may look kind of ramshackle and poor and desperate, but there's a lot of partying that led up to this, and I'm still partying. That blows my mind hearing that little story, because, Eric the trash guy, he won that little contest that I rigged and had to decline the prize, because I'm a computer security guy, and, I just wanted to expose... Because I found it. It wasn't anything I planned on finding. So it was the Beef's fantasy band. Here, I'll just show you. Because you might not even know who I am. I know I don't cater to that niche sector of my so-called fan base. The people that are not aware of me whatsoever, right? It's a niche. I know it's a very small sector of society. The clueless noobs that are like, who's not the Avenger? Right? But, I figure if you fit that description,
then I'd better show you. Let's see. Let's do a little display capture here. Yeah, it's a good time listening to the radio in the morning, and I'm not even stoned. I think that's the typical stereotype of the the morning radio fanatic. You know, you've got your morning radio fans, right? And then you've got your fanatics, I suppose. Yeah, I know I don't know. Hold on. I can fix this. Like, I just go like that, and it should be back, right? Okay. Anyways, so yeah, I guess I'm a fanatic, just like my crazy Aunt Diane. Oh well, that's cool. I don't mind. Okay, I can't remember what the name of the file was, but there's only like 4 HTML documents. It's probably this one, probably. No cookie manager. We don't need you right now. One of those is, oh shit, it's actually going on the internet and trying to like, oh, I should probably bring that back, huh? It's actually like going on the internet and trying to do something. Crap. That ain't good. I'm talking about like a big computer conspiracy experiment. It's an experiment, not a conspiracy, but it sounds, two words do sound a lot alike, don't they? Exspiracy, okay, but no, seriously. Let me get that back. Alright, I guess this ain't gonna be the way I show you what I'm talking about. God, isn't one of these legit? It must be. Hold on. Is it this one? Yeah, that's legit. Alright. So that was the name of band contest. I don't bring it up too much anymore. I've tried to just let it fall by the wayside. But Eric the Trash Guy, that fireman in the making, like fucking he ended up winning with the name Malicious Intent, which is a fantastic band name. I've decided that it's even better than the Axe Bastards, because like the word malicious gets thrown around so much on the internet these days, malware and whatnot. But like for a guy that lives out in 3 Points in the boonies, he must spend some time on the internet to have that word like conjure up in his mind. Pretty good fucking fantasy band name. And he ended up getting the prize. So like yeah, it consists of Slash from Guns N' Roses. Yeah, I said it before, I said it again. I'm not gonna explain that. That's like, that should be apparent. The Axe Bastards, my crazy band. Okay, let me zoom in, because you are seeing what you're seeing. It's like, it's not like, no, it's not an optical illusion, even though optical illusion did it. It really does say Axe Bastards, and it really is in second place. It was like in first place, and I've said it before and I've said it again. I was trying to beat these guys, and they could probably sue me, like, because you know, if you try and suppress a contestant, like it's kind of like suppressing a vote. It's kind of a crime. But I wasn't actually suppressing them. I was trying to surpass them. And of course I did it with the fucking flaw that I found. And ultimately, these guys, Malicious Intent, Eric the Trash Guy, man, came from, from out of nowhere. Like, I stopped paying attention on Friday, and this thing technically wasn't over until Sunday. I went and checked on Sunday night to see, like, what the results were, and the page was offline. I thought, oh shit. I was like, oh no, I've been exposed. They know I'm a cheater, right? But no, lo and behold, the next day, no one was the wiser. This is like an office space when they accidentally like got too much money out of the ATM. Like they're like, oh, we're surely busted. No, not really. No, nobody knows the damn thing. It's cool. But yeah, that's basically the whole story. And, you know, when I was on the phone, I called. I can't remember why I called. I call these guys all the time, you know. And, like, he said, stay on the line, JJ. We got something to tell you. You won the prize. You know, the big prize. Like, these Nova Home Loan guys, you know, they were gracious enough to put up a prize for us rock and roll scumdogs. You know, us filthy party animals. And I had to turn it down because I guess I'm a cyber hero. Go figure. So basically, what I'm thinking, okay, this is my thought process at the moment. I'm thinking, what if me and Eric the Trash Guy start like a Justice League? You know, like a group of heroes. You know, like an all-star lineup. You know, super band, you know, like Justice League, man. I'll be the cyber guy. He'll be like the fucking hero that rushes into dangerous situations all the time, putting it like a Captain America type, if you will. Okay? And we'll just keep recruiting from there and see where it goes, you know? Like, I'll be honest, I know I'm kind of like a cyber guy. I don't want to be like a Batman, though. I don't want to do the Kung Fu. I don't want to have a Batarang. And I don't even really want to be dark and brooding. I just want to be like, you know, I want to be like Ed on Cowboy Bebop, basically, if you can follow that. Okay? That'll be me. It's gonna happen. Just wait and see, people. Alright, you know what? This was such a fun little fucking wannabe stream that I made. I'm still gonna do the underground music video. Look at these episodes, people. Look at these fucking awesome episodes. It's a very good sampling of what I got, okay? Which is basically everything. We got underground music videos, episode 4. Underground music videos, episode number, it jumps from 4 all the way up to 27, believe it or not. A lot of gaps, but that's okay, because by the time it goes from 4 to 27, like, the production quality is even better. So then we got underground music videos. It says episode 21 on the box, the paper, but the actual label on the top from the studio says episode 29. So what's up with that? I don't know. I think the studio is actually right, because it says that it's the Blitzkrieg Bop video, and it's like, it is, I think this is the Ramones show, which has like Teenage Lobotomy and like good shit. Underground music videos number 22. Underground music videos 23, which is the actual Pearl Jam tour that I was demonstrating. Yes, I made this DVD off of this tape. That's what happened with that. The 2001 Pearl Jam tour. That's right. Oh, but where does it go from there? It gets even better, folks. Alright? It gets better with age. It's Underground Music Videos, episode 26. The Dirty Rotten Imbeciles World Tour 1987. Fuck yes. That is badass. I guess this is episode number 28. Even though that looks like a 6. But no, I was trying to make it 28. It ended up looking like a 6. And this is, in fact, Tang Records Volume 1 collection of music videos from Tang Records artists. Punk as fuck, motherfuckers. And this is some good shit. This is part 2 of the Radiohead collection. Authentic. Wow. 2 hours. That was a big DVD. So that's, if I had the first one, that'd be like 4 hours of Radiohead. Amazing. What a prolific fucking band, man. Jesus. And this one, this is one of my favorites. This one holds a special little place in up in here. This is episode number 34, Target Video, Underground Forces. That's another like Justice League I would join. It's like we've got the local heroes, the cyber hero and the fucking blazing fire hero. I would also join, I'd probably put a mask over my face, so I could be incognito. But then I would join the revolutionary force known as Underground Forces. Yeah, the people taking back the music, fucking striking down the copyright strikers. Motherfuckers! Alright, this has been pretty fun. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm gonna upload this and I'll worry about putting these online. I don't even know if I'm gonna make a show. Alright, this is some pretty good promo. Take care. Go to Bright Idea Records. I love you. Bye.